Hello, world. We are live, hopefully, out there, waiting to see if we are. Make sure that nothing echoes through my Twitch here. Whoa, what the hell? That was strange. There we go.
Check the
See
YouTube
ourselves
live
in
stream.
Twitch. Do I see ourselves in. Man, that is a long delay on YouTube. I didn't know such a long delay. That's crazy.
It is a long delay.
We are on live on YouTube. Excellent. I'm gonna have to figure out how to combine YouTube and Twitch chat into one thing. That was a good thing about StreamYard. Everything is at one place at least. Make sure that that's muted. Cool. Hello, world. All right. Hello, world, and welcome back to Bazgoth, the Crimson Blade. I'm going to eventually have to make me a nice, beautiful intro, but for now, you get to listen to my voice. And we are returning to the Ruins of the Dead, where last we left off with Grom going a little crazy because Tarnik has disappeared, and Bordak is walking around aimlessly, and we got Silent worried, doesn't know where to go, trying to rely on Cyrix currently, while Cub also had some memories ping him, and he also started losing his mind for a little bit, but eventually was able to gather his thoughts, and everybody finally started to venture out of the building that we're currently in, where Tarnik had disappeared, vanished without any clues as to where they, or him and Shiv had disappeared to. Cub, I think, turned into a panther and started to at least searching the ghostly streets, or the ruined streets of this city. Eventually, everybody wound up in an area where a person, per se, appeared. A spirit appeared and was focused more on Cub, blessing him with an ability to at least see beyond the veil of this mist that's lurking around these areas. And I think we left off in the wrong map here for me. Let me pump in here. Where Tarnik was being chased by some sort of creature or entity of sorts as he was trying to lead him around in circles. And for the most part, in this particular area, at least from what he can judge, as Cub led the rest of the group toward the north of this little street here, trying to figure out if they can gain more, or vision at least, or sense of Tarnik. And I think you said you were going to go up to the north for a little bit and then try to turn back, Cub?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Tarnik, you were still just fleeing from this apparition of sorts that's floating rather slowly, that you can tell that it seems to be hindered by something because of its movement, but still pretty much just wanting to reach you. It seems that it is locked into you and trying to, what seems like, attack you if it were to reach you. So for now, what we're going to do, since we have a new player joining us, Grumthar, we're going to go really quick before we join the rest of our group. Y'all can think of what y'all want to do currently. So we're going to take a little bit of a side tour here. Tour. I can't talk today, I guess. And we're going to start with Grumthar really quick and see where he's at. So, we're going to jump into this big map here. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the rest of the map of the Crudosis.
Yeah, this really helps.
just to get
All right.
you
So
a little bit more of your bearings, so you know where you are. Let me see here. Go ahead. Did you say something?
well, I just said this really helps. Right.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And
So
I'm gonna have you.
you,
Are you able to lift the volume on your side of Discord a little bit more? If not, I can lift it myself. Let's see. Let's turn you
I
up a
don't
little
know.
bit right here. All right. There we go. Go ahead and say something really quick.
Yeah. So this map is one I'd like you to post. Right. Again, if you don't mind. Can you hear me?
There we go. I think I can hear. I don't know why. It seems low, even though I'm pumping you up on the volume. Audio issues, I guess. I
Yeah.
can hear
Yeah.
you though, but I just have to
I
share
can
it.
relate. If I go into, I'm in Discord, I go to settings, I go to audio, voice and video, and output volume I have at half. So let's pump. Well, it's at 100% now. I'm going to put it up to. This is now 150%. 150% now. Is this any better or any different? This is
Huh?
my
That's weird.
output.
Usually it does make a difference usually, but it did not. That's all right. I
That's
can
my.
still hear you. I just have to really listen. Is everybody else able to hear him very well?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that output volume is from my speakers, so I don't want that 150%. My input volume only goes up to 100%, and it's there. So
Okay, now I can hear you. Okay, excellent.
All,
All right.
all of the volumes sound really good and even just through Discord to me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just I don't know. I guess it might have been my side of the volume. All right. So yeah, this is the one, and I can post it on Discord eventually for you,
Mhm.
so you can have
So,
that.
a question I had as you zoom into the south, we talk about the Takata Valley.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? So,
Correct.
where zoom in on the Takata Valley? Oh, we got a commercial. Jumping over to roll 20 here and there. Yeah. So now I'm looking at roll. I was watching the Twitch feed. So, can you zoom into the? Is it
Yeah.
Takata?
So what I'm going to give you is a ping. So basically, that's where the valley is, and
Okay.
Kata Vorbus is the city. So I'm pinging it right now, and you should be able to zoom
Yep.
in. But
I see it.
going over the general idea is so the north is this side, and for the most part, it starts around. I'm going to use this ruler here. About right here, everything else is kind of the territory of the south. And everything above that is the northern territory of the orcs, so you can gather the culture of how they are here. Pretty much everything above that line right there is more of a battle-hardened, more chaotic orcs compared to the southern peaks where they're trying to get more civilized with the rest of the world of Solar and actually trying to do trades with some of the human unions and even starting, at least for the outside elves, the ones that have their own continents, like Liliandrian and Elandrian elves, starting to work out some plans with them. But mostly they do tradings with humans and even the eastern continent or union of the Oriental Union, which is right. You can't see all of it, but it's this landmass right here that I'm pinging.
Yep.
But as far as going further into it, of course, you already seen the shattered.
So on this image, where are the spikes?
So if you're going with that, so we're going to zoom in really close to where from there we zoom in to here, and you should be able to see now if you zoom in. This is where the spikes are,
Mm-hmm.
and you should see
All right.
your clan right here.
Yeah. So this is and forgive I don't have all the terms memorized yet. The Takata Valley. There's your Cod Rubas. And then you have the spikes just east of that. And then east of that yet is my homelands of the Iron Furrow clan. Okay. Now, zooming out, if we zooming out, where are we now?
Y'all
Where is
are currently right here.
okay, and that the name of the Borgaz or something like that, or
Do what now?
Bazgoth,
Yeah. And
Bazgoth.
this is the main city. This is the biggest city of Kara Verbus is sort of like the capital of this whole entire region right here, and is almost in the center of the continent, and a lot of trade routes and such. But yeah, all this right here is the area that you're in, and of course this is right here can tell you how many miles it is as far as distance and such. But currently, the group is in the ruins of the dead.
And in the ruins of the dead is a place where you can commune with the dead, or at least some can. Correct?
The ruins of the dead are pretty mysterious. Nobody's actually gone there.
Okay. You had one of your locations was noted for that, and it wasn't this.
And that's because of a particular person who goes in there and tries to figure out, and she thinks about communing with them and talking to them. And then she would probably be the one that reports back. But for now, people have heard legends of it, and orcs usually stay away from it. But lately, there has been, since this idea of what's happening around the world and the other continents, as you hear about humans and elves trying to combine together in order to battle this withered one, they call him, that has recently arisen. Usually, for the past few thousand years, there hasn't been very much dealing with the dead. In fact, it's been unheard of. And becoming more like a lore and stories that people used to tell. But even the orc lands have heard of this withered one that's risen in army, and also even demons have been said to be coming back, and the humans and elves and dwarves, of course, in their lands have been battling them. And so Yar was the one who told the king, the main guy who pretty much controls all of the union to the south, basically. So was Yar's intentions was to gather champions for all the different cities, even Kata Verbus. And so far, our faction, our area was the one that this group has pretty much passed all the tests and been sent off on a mission to the ruins of the dead to see if they can finish off the rest of the tests.
So, Grumthar left the Ironfurrow clan. His whole first becoming an adult. He became adult as a farmer, and he was farming, and he always had the sense of he wasn't in the right place. His dad turned his back on the military ways of his grandfather, and so Grumthar has always felt this calling, and it was one day Grumthar literally got hit by lightning, and while he was laying unconscious in the fields, he had a spirit dream of his grandfather came to him and just said, Grumthar, you are more than you are. And with this is how he had his awakening as a barbarian, as this berserker barbarian. And so with this rage in his heart, he had to, it was an urgency. He had to get off the farm. Otherwise something terrible was going to happen, and channel his energy in a more traditional orc way. Not that farming isn't traditional orc, but in a different way. And so hearing the call for the aid of the withered one, this was probably 5-7 years ago, right? Calling this. Now, I don't even know, William, has this been around for 5-7 years? If not, it was some other military action, right? And so he followed this calling, and he went to the king and the military, and he joined under this war chief. And for a number of years, Grumthar was a soldier, right? And he was decorated. He was a good soldier, and he gained this companion, this Selah person, the gal, and they battled together and they became very close. And there was never any spoken romantic connection, but there was an unspoken romantic connection, and they were very, very close. And through this adventuring, Grumthar learned a lot of how to be an orc, how to battle, and how to do war, and it was through one of his party's battles that he and Sella were tracking some undead. I propose tracking some undead through some mines, and as they were having this battle, some mystic, some powerful being opened the ground, and undead and parts of Grumthar's party, including his connect friend Selah, fell into this cavern and were lost to him. And this really affected Grumthar, right? And he was very burdened, very distraught over the loss of his good friend Selah. And he continued to serve under this war chief for a while, but eventually he had to give up, as war chief had other missions he needed to do, and Grumthar was distracted with this need to find Selah. And so he left with honor because he had served plenty of time and was very accomplished in his battles. He left this war chief and he went to search these mines for Selah. And he searched for a good part of a year, and all he could find was on one of the pikes at the bottom of this bottomless pit, at the bottom of this super large pit, he found the torn cloak of his companion and her pin. And that's all he knows. And so since then, he's been trying to find more about Selah and who this being might have been that opened this ground for his vengeance. And so after years of searching, he finally gave up that he wasn't going to be able to find Selah anymore when he returned to the king and the generals and the Yar perhaps, and said, I'm ready to serve again. And I expect this is when he says, those people thought I would do well to find this group and aid them in their pursuits.
Okay.
So now,
well, I will say that since you were in the valley here, depending, because the clan would be in this valley, and I put Scar Hollow over here on the map, if you can see the ping.
Yep.
And I will show you if he was working with them or if he would be working more with the king of Kata Verbus, because the king of let me show you where the other one is. We'll jump back over here.
All the way over to Olgrug.
There we go. Would be here. So Olgrug is the capital city, and so that's over 2,000, almost 2,000 miles away. Well, maybe less than that. Maybe 1,000. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I'm happy to quit.
Yeah.
Whatever lore you want me to.
Yeah. So I'd say about 1,000, almost 2,000 miles. So I was gonna say he would know of them because he's the one that put him. The king from Olgrug was the one who put everybody into this union, and he's probably traveled to Kata Verbus because Kata Verbus is almost the capital of the center of this particular area. But yeah, so with that being said, this entire area right here, I think it's almost like a 300 to 400 mile area. And that's where your clan is, and that's where everything has happened. Would he have traveled that far to go here, or would he be more entrenched with the king of Kata Verbus?
I think it's probably Kata Verbus.
Okay.
Yeah. And that would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And that's again, I just wanted to make sure. That's why I wanted to show the map so you get a better bearing of it, of what's going on there. And of course, what the heck? happened here? Sorry, wrong files I opened here. Was having my other campaign going a while ago.
Spoilers.
So the Orc King Gorath is the one that you would probably be more associated with, and of course there's a Goblin King. His name is Kruzdak, and Grishna, the Grand Shaman, are the ones that would probably be more notable to you. And Algumara as well is a very powerful wizard. She is a wizard that actually works in conjunction with the Wizards Conclave, which the Wizards Conclave is over the entire world. They oversee everything for spellcasters to try to keep everything in control. And she is an orc, but she is also part of the Wizards Conclave, so she actually answers more to the Wizards Conclave, and they have all kinds of races there, which is interesting because orcs, at least in the south, I still like to keep to themselves, but she's beyond that in a sense, but she still has certain orc ways. So, with that being said, let's jump back over here, and
a couple things important to Grumthar, right? Mm-hmm. He is very on his heart. He wants to know definitively what happened to Selah, right? That's an open question that could be investigated. That's one. Two, he has these two weapons, his battle axe and his longsword, and they have runes on them, and sometimes they even glow, and he doesn't know if these are magical, if they have abilities, or what. These are heirlooms of his grandfather, right? That his father is not happy that he joined the military and took these things, but he has these and doesn't know how they work. And so he would, if there were a way, and Grumthar doesn't know, and we can pursue this, if there were a way that he could learn those things, that is something he is very interested in. Okay. He's given up physically searching for Selah, and that is why he went to the powers that be, to a new pursuit.
Okay. So what we're going to do is that the Grumthar decided to go and head into this new path of his and talk to the king at least, or at least someone not high up, because he has heard about this search of champions. But the tests were already concluded by the time he arrived in the city. And because of this, he still was eager to join and complete or fill in this hole as he's thought about this idea of not searching about his friend anymore. And eventually, he met up with a orc, or not an orc, but a goblin who was the king. And this goblin, he said, to go to the ruins of the dead and say, if you really wanted to prove, pretty much he just gave him this information to prove yourself and see if you can match up to these chosen of Gonash now. Go to the ruins of the dead and find these chosen of Gonash and help them in the ruins of the dead where they are currently, sent by Algumara, and prove yourself to Gonash himself. And should you prove yourself, Gonash would also make you one of his chosen, maybe. And so he did. And Grumthar is going to the ruins of the dead, but in the back of his head, many years ago, because of the search and hunting down this undead that usually are just part of lore, he wants to know, possibly, maybe in the back of his head is still a lingering idea that maybe he'll find some clues. Maybe there's a clue here, because those are the only undead he ever saw was so many years ago. But now, these undead are in the ruins. Perhaps there can be something to still searching for his friend. And you traveled many days, and eventually you finally arrived in the ruins, which we're going to jump back here again. And now that You arrive at the ruins. You're standing in front of them, which the entrance would be here. With the sense of proving yourself, maybe to go Nosh. And perhaps this lightning strike that so many years ago had hit you with this change and transformed you. Maybe you can actually get back to thinking about something else. And you see these ruins that are filled with mists that are currently at least about 1 inch to 2 inches floating on the ground as you walk nearer to the area. And definitely see the buildings have been here for some time. Walls and rock and rubble eroded by wind, sand almost covering most of the frameworks for the buildings that have no walls left. And you also start getting the sense of almost goosebumps running up and down your skin as you take steps further into the area. Something otherworldly in here, waiting within these walls. And as you enter, we'll say we'll put you here. What are you familiar with Roll20?
Somewhat.
Okay.
Not. I haven't used it in years, right? So
I don't know if you can see my arrow. I don't know how close it is in your perspective. There's the measuring tool that's under the text tool to your left. If you want to use that and click on it, you can click and hold, and it'll make an arrow like that. And you can show me the direction you want to go on this map as you're here.
all right, I am here. Do you see that when I ping?
Yeah.
And so, as Grumthar he thinks of his challenge here, the strength is the only truth, and I prove it or forgotten, and so he leans in here and he gets this sense of hollow, these ruins. He feels this coldness of dead, perhaps undead, a feeling he hasn't felt in years. As he steps in, he goes up to this intersection, right? And he just takes in. He looks left, he looks right to take in what he sees. He can see down the main road to the north, and he can see to the east and west. And he quiets himself to make him his senses available to any noises that might indicate others in the ruins.
Roll me a perception.
Perception. As I navigate to my character sheet and find my perception. And there we go.
Ooh. A 4. He's very entranced and not entranced, but pretty much just seeing all this, taking it all in. He's not noticing anything else. And of course, this is a large city. The street goes on for quite a bit as he looks north and then to the right and left of him. The only thing he can notice, though, is that this mist is constant. And as you stepped in, you are able to see that it actually rises up. And it's about a foot in thickness now off the ground, just rolling and bubbling over it. And then it swirls with little tiny mist and lingers around your feet. And then eventually disperses again and just goes back to where it's like bubbling. It's almost if it's, in your mind, almost alive. It's very creepy in a sense. And you're currently standing there. What we're going to do now is let's jump to the full group before we jump to Tarnik. So, with an arrow that I think y'all were here last time, y'all can, Cub, you can point to the direction you want to go next with the tool.
Okay. Need the ruler. Give me a second. Oh wait, hold on. First things first. To adjust it. So we're right here, right?
Yeah, that's
Just
where
as
you
a
were
recap.
going next. Yeah. You said you were going to go up a little bit further and then turn back, I think.
Or not. I think we said we were right here. And then I guess I would probably head over here. In this general area.
Okay.
Hey, William,
Yes.
as we move through this location, Grom wants to just kind of like be on the lookout for two things he's kind of on the lookout for. He's on the lookout for any structure that resembles an old church. And secondly, he's kind of on the lookout for like any kind of like any site of like treasures or things left over here in this old city. Just so you're aware, he'd be kind of like looking around,
Okay.
keeping an eye, like one eye out for each of those things.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception for you. And Cub, as you are moving to the north, still no signs of Tarnik. Just
Okay.
echoes of what seems to be people and a busy street every now and then that flickers into your vision and then it disappears. And then you see something of like a vision of people being attacked and then it disperses again. So you can't quite connect the dots yet. You understand that there was an attack, but it's just sporadic visions here and there. And sometimes you see what looks to be like lingering ghosts just wandering the streets that flicker into your vision. And you can see them patrolling. And in that area, you can see some of them moving this way, maybe about 10 of them going this way. You see about 3 of them going this way. You see about 4 of them going down this way, and you can see them just kind of moving and hovering in the streets, but they don't pay attention to you guys.
This is what Cub sees, or do we all see this?
Well, this is what Cub sees.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So are we moving or are we standing waiting on a...
I think Cub was moving north, right? You were
Yeah,
moving
I was
to-
moving north itself directly.
Yeah.
So I want to stay right. I want to like stay there, and So all I'm seeing is basically like people fighting and dying itself. Like it could be like some kind of pillaging or a war broke out here.
Yeah, that's about your best guess. You do see echoes of people also just wandering the city like it was a normal day. Orcs just going about their daily lives, and then it just flickers away. So it's a mixture of things that you see.
So,
Perception 18.
all right. All right. Okay. So let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to let my instincts of my insights or so to try to take over on thinking of like, would it be wise to continue going for either in one of these two directions, or let's go ahead and turn back and go back to where we came from at the very beginning.
Okay. I know last time you rolled,
I think your mic's cutting out a bit there, Cub.
Huh?
Yeah, it was cutting out a little bit, but I got the gist of it.
Okay, sorry.
And Yeah, I think last time we rolled and you went north, so you can go ahead and roll again and pick what you want to do
My
in that sense, unless
yeah.
somebody else speaks up or whatever else anybody else doing. I know y'all all following Cub right now.
Oh, that's a 12 for my insight on my instincts of like letting my self-conscious feeling of like, should I? What do you think is going back to retrace our steps, or
Tell you what,
that's
roll a percentile, and then 50 and above you go forward, and 49 and under you go back. Seems like you're gonna go back.
okay? All right. So yeah, so part of me is telling me is like, okay, because like the thing is, the reason why I'm trying to say of why we want to go back is I don't want to overextend and exhaust each other, or like all of my team and everything. So I want to at least be able to, like, if we have a safe point, which is right here, we can come back and use this as our return spot, and then we can and we'll navigate again without trying to find them again. You know?
Okay. And Rom, you rolled an 18 perception.
Yes.
So the mist is staying pretty low to the ground, so that means you're still able to see quite far. Down the distance, it looks like you could probably make some sort of church-like style ruin here. And it would be this building here, but it's ways down the street from where you are.
He's gonna just make a mental note of it.
Okay.
But he's gonna follow Cub.
Alrighty. And
But
then
before that, I'm at least gonna go ahead and like, can I find like a tree branch or something around here where we are at, and I can like make a mark. That way we know that if we're gonna still continue looking, and if we come across here, we know that we've already been to this designation area.
okay.
So I kind of want to like make sure, like, leave a mark. Oh, oops, sorry, my bad. Wasn't trying to go that far.
Cool. No, I'm pinging something
Oh.
for Waz.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, as far as everybody else can see, also you can see that there is quite a large building that even peaks above the buildings here in this direction, where I was pinging.
Alright.
Because of y'all's point of view, and you're a little bit further into the city, y'all can see this building that just kind of peaks above. But as y'all turn back and you leave this mark here, for sure as well, you seem that this was an area of, from you, what you're seeing, Cub, an area that there were some more people gathered here for some reason. Maybe shopping, maybe talking. Lot more traffic, basically. So this was probably the center of where things happened, be it trading, be it gatherings, partying, whatever. That is the main square. And you start heading back then. And with that, we're going to jump over to Mr. Tarnik really quick. So Tarnik, last time you were here and you were going around trying to figure out about this creature who does seem to be lagging somehow. Something seems to be maybe slowing it down. But yeah, what do you do now? You haven't seen much of anything else.
So at the moment, Tarnik is walking around devising a plan and he's looking for any rocks or stones that he could use to make markings on the walls with.
Okay. You definitely can find plenty of rocks and stones for sure.
Yep. And he wants to make an arrow with an orcish capital letter T. Like scratch that into a wall,
Okay.
showing which way Tarnik is going.
Okay. And which wall on here would you be wanting to do that on?
Probably this one. Hang on. In there.
That one.
Yep.
Okay. And
That feels really close to where I'm.
excellent.
Oh no. Tarnik's in the Shadow Realm.
Oh. Well, it could still be very close where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty close, but unfortunately. Worlds apart in the inches. Close.
And this tower thing in the middle of the square here, what condition is that in? This one here.
That? It's almost half standing. It looks like if somebody could go to the top, it might lean over and drop.
Okay.
Yeah, half of it is gone.
Oh. Yep. So Tarnik will head up this road first. Till he gets to that point. And then he'll make another marking on the building there.
Okay,
and
so he's heading
with an
up
arrow
that way.
pointing that way. Yeah.
Excellent. Let's see here. Alright, so because of that, as you are heading up, Cub, you're coming down. Cub, you actually start noticing something that's heading up this street right here. It's like a glow. Like a spirit that's walking, but this one is not flickering out. It seems to be remaining. Though you have to really squint your eyes to see and really focus, because it almost blends in to backgrounds and the mists and such, but you can tell that something is coming up. And maybe by the gait of its walk or something, it seems very familiar to you.
I'm gonna go towards it, but I'm gonna like take like the. But I want to be like very, very cautious about it. So like, I'm gonna like take like a predatory stance a bit as I like kind of like walk towards it.
And everybody notices Cub take this stance, and also Crag is just kind of like looking at him like kind of just twisting his head back and forth, like trying to figure out what Cub is doing. Silent, of course, is walking close to Grom.
If Grom sees Cub start to kind of behave this way, he might try to look and see what he sees, maybe, and he's gonna kind of get really quiet and kind of move stealthily at that point.
Ooh, I completely forgot something. All right, the progress clock. So that would mean I'm gonna have everybody roll me a wisdom save.
Ruh-roh.
And I think that's already up. Yeah, we already used one, so that means... So the DC would be 19 this time.
Grom definitely did not make it.
Ooh, okay. And Tarnik. Cub is okay. Grumthar, you're actually okay
Oh.
right now. Sorry, Grumthar, you don't need to roll it. You're okay right now.
Aw.
He
And,
wanted to be included.
I don't know if you want to be included, but
I don't think I do.
Cyrix. All right. So, oh man. All right. So Grom, out of all your memories, the one that lingers the most. I know you sent me some stuff, but is there
Yeah,
any other memory that lingers that's more important, or one that just pops up into your mind constantly that you can either be it a happy one, a sad one, a painful one, whatever, one that just lingers in your mind that's pretty ingrained?
Yeah. Do you mean aside from the one I sent you earlier?
If it's that one, that's the one that, like, if that's the one that pops up constantly, we can do that one, or whichever one you think that might be more than that, or if there's
I guess are you measuring it by like like magnitude of significance kind of?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, let me make a check. I'm gonna roll percentiles real quick because there's like two memories that kind of compete for that. Make a quick check for over 50. It's gonna be that one. Okay. Yeah, it's the one I sent you, and then the events immediately following it. Probably that Grom thinks about the most. Aside from the memories of like what happened in the Nine Hells, those are very vivid right now. Very, very equally significant. But I think that the memories that I sent you earlier about his friend when he was with the gypsies, probably the most significant.
All right. So I'm gonna write you down. So Grom, as you are staring down the street, you're pretty sure that for some reason you thought you had a memory of something that happened to you. Possibly a friend. Some female friend. Something in history. Something from your past. But you just can't quite lock onto it. You're not sure what it is. And then you see or experience whispers of that memory. But eventually you start thinking, oh, you know what? Maybe it was a dream. Maybe it was just my imagination. And suddenly, that memory is gone from you.
Oh.
You know everything else that you're doing here. You know why you're here. But weirdly enough, somehow that memory is gone. And
Really?
whatever lingers and changes Grom because of that memory, he might still be the same Grom, but it's that memory right now might have not taken effect in his personality or his way of thinking just yet. But with that, also, for now, we're going to say permanently, for now, within this area, we're going to remove 10 hit points.
So, like that, in other words, it's like 10 damage, kind of?
Yeah, 10 damage, but he doesn't... So basically, his hit point max would be down by 10 right now.
All right.
Oh gosh, everybody except for Cub failed. Which Cub has hardly any memories. Okay, so Tarnik.
So yeah, so shouldn't I get advantage on that since I have no memories?
Well, not necessarily. But
You've already passed.
But you made it anyway. But
would Grom not only lose 10 from the max, but also take 10 damage? So if he's currently at 26, would he be at 16?
Nah. He won't take damage.
Okay.
It's just the max.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Tarnik, for you, I know we talked about memories last time, but is there any other memory that would be most significant right now?
Probably not. Tarnik is thinking very much about the situation, and I don't think he's smart enough to hold more than 2 or 3 thoughts at once.
Okay.
So, he is thinking about, Well, it is a memory. He's thinking about his conversation with Ganosh, and Ganosh is charged to protect and use the abilities of the group. So he's focusing on that and going, well, I can't protect the group if I'm out here in the mists and that. So I'll have to make my way
Okay.
to where this necromancer should be, knowing that this city is laid out very similar to most orc cities.
Okay. Well, then, since also the significant one that we had last time was because of his village being burnt, I would say that he has this idea of a village, something that happened in his past. He knows his parents are gone, but weirdly enough, he just can't remember what happened. He knows he's not part of a village, but he's like, why am I not part of a village? What happened to my village? And it seems to be smooth as well too. It just kind of just goes in there, like flows, like if it's something that he's always had in his mind and had it for years. It's like, what happened to my village? I don't know. I guess I still have to find my group. So I'll say that his personality is still the same currently right now, but eventually if it changes his personality for sure, because that's a pretty significant event that happened in his life, was the elves and everything else that pretty much gave him that path to where he is now. That memory seems to be just gone. And right now he's just focused in the present. And then his HP max will also go down by 10. So that's 1 for you as well. All right, Cub, you're good right now. You're just looking at this thing walking toward you. You're not really sure what it is. Syrinx, what memory do you think would be very important to you? Something from the past or recently, or anything that's very significant, pretty ingrained, pretty powerful?
I don't know. That's tough. Syrinx was abandoned and raised by committee, and turned over to the Shadow Council to be raised really young. So most of her memories are of training to be a spy. Yeah, so I guess like an important interaction with a mentor she had somewhere along the way.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we can lock into a mentor. Would you have learned to care for this mentor, or would you just know it as a good mentor? Did you have any kind of, I guess, bond with this mentor?
Syrinx definitely would have, although that was like kind of frowned upon. Like that was kind of part of the training, was like they were kind of trying to get rid of emotional attachments. But yeah, she had a mentor throughout that process that treated her kindly and meant something to her.
So, Syrinx would have this memory. Then, eventually, it seems that there's a faint recognition, a faint wisp of someone that trained Syrinx, but eventually that would just vanish. Perhaps Syrinx learned all this by herself. Perhaps it was something that she just went out there and studied and practiced and was able to pretty much self-teach, because this memory is suddenly gone. It doesn't affect you. You're just in the present right now, but it just seems to just wisp away. And you also have a hit point maximum decreased by 10. Cub, you would notice nothing from the rest of the group. They're pretty much just there. And then, actually, I gotta roll something really quick. Let's see. I'm gonna say Bordak is following behind, but we're not gonna do Bordak right now just because.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that again?
Oh, I would say Bordak is following, but Silent makes hers with a nat 20.
Nice.
I'm not gonna roll for Bordak right now just because. And
No, you're fine. No, that's fine. I was sorry. I was like, I had to step out real quick, but I'm back.
all right, so with that being said, yeah. So Cub, you do see this. You take your stance. As this figure walks closer because of the gait and the way that's walking, you kind of think it's familiar to being Tarnik. It's just a wisp of an image, though, that you can see through the veil.
Okay, so I'm thinking that this could be Tarnik right here. Do I see him exactly, or is just like, or is he still obscured?
It's still obscured. Still, like I said, it's a wisp of an image that you see, translucent image. But as he's coming closer, you can start to see just a little bit of details, and eventually it starts forming into the facial features and the body type of Tarnik.
Does
I think
Grom see this at all?
Tarnik is looking forward, seems to be just exploring, correct?
Yeah, exploring with confidence, you would say.
And I guess Cub will see a slow figure behind behind Tarnik. Some slow figure seems to be following Tarnik.
So, I guess with me, when I see Tarnik, I'm gonna growl to signify the group that I found him.
Okay.
And then rush towards Tarnik himself.
Okay. So the group hears Cub do this, kind of growl, and then rush forward. And everybody can roll me a perception, and then except for Tarnik, everybody else can roll me a perception.
Grumthar as well.
Yeah. Whoa, that's a good one. So 25, 10, 17, and 14.
19, because I have the.
Okay. So, Cyrix, you see Cub moving forward, but you also see something beyond Cub. At the very edge, kind of a distance still, you see if there's an actual person, because this street right here is pretty open. Seems like there's an actual other person standing. What is Grumthar doing currently?
He's perturbed by the sense of that there might be spirits here. He's annoyed that he can't sense any sound or other life, as he tried to quiet himself, and he reflects on that fortune kneels before the bold and strikes down the timid, and he's what he's doing. He is contemplating. He just says, "Spirits are an abomination to the flesh and blood.
I have no patience for this. If you are there, make yourself available. And I have my axe out, and as I'm angry that this place is silence and there's nothing here, and I just beckon anything that is out there to come forward and confront its fate.
As Cub, as you are moving forward, you also see like some sort of figure around here because this is an open street, and then you all of a sudden hear this voice echo through these streets right here, as if somebody beckoning spirits. And you can also see from the distance that perhaps he pulled something into his hands, possibly an axe or so. And so Cyrix and Cub, you see this.
Okay.
Is
Now,
Grom here?
is this also like me seeing? Is this like an actual figurine person, or is this like
No, it's
also,
a
or is this
solid,
part of
like
the
an actual.
ice?
You see it like an actual solid person in the street, and you do hear. With that, yeah, everybody else would hear the echo, but Cyrix and Cub, you would see him, but everybody else can hear the echo.
Grom would immediately draw his viol and his bow and get them at the ready.
I would take like a defensive stance.
Cyrix would look around at everyone else, kind of puzzled, like, "Y'all, do y'all see that?"
See
Mm-hmm.
what? I don't see anything.
It's there's an orc, a different orc, a not Tarnic orc.
Yeah, you can see it about the size of maybe 3 ants tall. That's how much of a distance it is.
From my
Grom would
position,
start.
what is the tallest building?
From your
Would I
position,
see any tall building from? Because I would be walking toward the tallest point of the city.
So the tallest point of the city that you can see that's peaks over the other buildings. I said the other buildings are anywhere from an average of 25, some of them up to about 30 feet. But this building over here, you can see my arrow right here. This building right here is about almost 70 feet tall. This is a tall building up here.
Probably visible from a good portion of the town, from where I'm standing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I would likely be moving up the center street.
Okay.
Just not at fast pace, just I would say at half speed. As I'm just gazing between building and building, taunting any spirit or that, because I feel the presence of these spirits around me to reveal themselves.
So as you are walking up, the rest of y'all start seeing this orc moving forward toward y'all, or at least Cub, Grom, and everybody else would eventually finally see him because of the movement and because he's taunting these spirits. But Cub, you also see that Tarnic is about to pass you as this other orc is moving forward.
Reveal yourself.
Kind of passing me. I'm gonna growl, try to get Tarnic's attention.
When Tarnic, you absolutely see nothing but this fog that's 20 feet in diameter around you with your vision.
Yep. Are the others able to see the marks that I've made on the walls?
The others, I would say, without having to roll, no. Everybody else doesn't see anything.
Tarnic will just keep continuing down this pathway here then.
Okay. Well, I'll
And
say
then
that
make another mark there.
the endpoints are right here, right now, where everybody's converging. And then Grumthar, you're about right here. Everybody else is converging right here. Tarnic is about to head this way. That's Cub, and everybody else is looking this way. So, at this point in time, Tarnic is passing y'all. Depending on what Cub does, but everybody else now can see this other orc moving up as he's taunting the spirits. Grumthar, you at this time are able to see a group of people standing right there, with a bear and some panther.
I see a bear and a panther before me, and I recognize these. How about a perception or insight check to see if I think these are actual bear and panther, or if they're spirits? Because it seems a little out of place for a bear and a panther.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
Insight.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
You have no
spirits!
idea.
You taunt me. And I pull out my longsword. So now I can't dual wield. So I have my axe at it, and it says, "Spirit of panther, spirit of bear, why do you taunt me?" As I walk forth.
What
Did you
language
see-
are you speaking, Dave?
I'd probably be speaking Orcish.
And you see Crag. Crag just turns to Grom like completely confused, like.
Grom, upon seeing that this is an orc, is actually going to lower his viol and kind of like not run, but kind of do a little jog out in front of Crag and confront the orc. He's going to come within 5 feet, and he's going to kind of hold up his hands, and you see, I can drop you a little picture of what he would look like in the chat, but basically he's going to hold up his hands, but he's going to speak in common, and he's going to say, "You taunt the spirits. This must mean you are at least not our enemies. We are the Bazgoth, the chosen of Gunash. Who are you?"
And so you're within reach. You've come close enough, and if you're not, Grumthar will step up to him and grab him by his chest piece or whatever's in front. Just in the moment of confusion, Grumthar looks and says, "You are of the living," and he pushes you away. It's not to throw you down or anything. It's just who are you, and why are you here?
Now, is he speaking in common or orc right now? Because
Well,
Grom doesn't speak
being-
orc.
being that you're not orc, he would switch to common.
Oh, okay. In that case, Grom would respond by saying, "I am Grom Izak. I am of the Bazgoth. We are the Crimson Blade, chosen of Ganache. We are here on a mission sent by the king. Also sent by the head of the conclave.
So
This area is dangerous."
when Grumthar was sent, he was given a description of the chosen,
Yeah, he would be given a description.
and that would have been a Minotaur.
Yes.
So you're the ones I've been sent to find, to seek. I am Grumthar of the Ironfurrow clan. And remind me, William, what were the words you used for me to seek them, to learn what?
Well, you were sought to meet up with them and join their group to be tested to see if you could become a chosen of Gonas yourself.
Yes. So I, Grumthar, petition the chosen to see if I am worthy to join your band.
Sent you.
And I tell him who sent me.
But we recognize they're the people who they're the same people, aren't they?
Yeah,
Sent us.
pretty much. Yeah, it's just King Gorath, and mainly the Goblin King is the one who did the main talking. Grossback.
Okay. Like when Grom hears this, he would like visually kind of like relax a bit, and then he would kind of glance over at Bordock and Cyrix as if to just kind of get a quick read from them, like, you think this is legit? Kind of like that kind of look. Would either of them give him anything other than a okay kind of look? Or
Hordak would probably nod and say, welcome to the group.
You speak to the spirits. You speak to the spirit animals.
Good.
these are not spirit animals. This one is Cub, and this one is my mount. He's gonna pet Crag, the bear.
And at this
And
time,
there
you're
are
thinking,
spirits.
Tarnik would be about over here now. But Cub, you notice him walking past you, unless anything else is
When
happening.
he walk past me, I'm gonna follow him.
Cub is our healer. He can change into animal forms.
And you'll notice
He is
that
trying
is
to find our
walking.
friend.
It's a nifty trick. But why would you be in such a cursed place as this?
To end the curse. We must find our friend. Come. He's going to turn and go following Cub again. And then he's going to call back over his shoulder. Welcome to the Crimson Blade. Keep your axe ready.
Sirix is going to sidle up next to Grom and try to have a quiet conversation with him quickly and be like, so this guy was sent here to meet up with us, but wasn't told why we're here.
You were
Grom's
told that
gonna-
there was the ruins of the dead, I would say, to meet up, and your test is to help the chosen of Gonash to figure out what's going on around the ruins of the dead. You would be given that information as far as there's been weird happenings around the villages that are nearby these ruins, and also that there's like undead being seen and attacking people at night near the villages. There's something restless going on, and this is why the chosen is sent here, and that's why you're going to also help them in this as well. If I forgot to mention that, but yeah, you would have been made privy of everything.
Okay.
So,
Well, since it wasn't directly mentioned, I feel like Grom would probably say to Sirix, perhaps there will be time to question further, but no sane person would be here unless they were trying to do what we're trying to do, as far as I can tell.
Yeah. I don't know, this place just seems like it's designed to mess with people, so
Yes. Sirix, can you do me a favor?
possibly.
Question this newcomer a bit. Try to get a read on him. He kind of glances back. See if we can trust him.
Yeah.
And then I would say, Grumthar, you would also notice that there is Silent, and there's actually an elf with the group that's walking near Grom with a crossbow.
Speaking of that, Grom would turn to Silent and he'd look at her and he'd say, "You watch our left flank."
And she would look up at
And he
you.
kind of points to the buildings on the left-hand side of the street. And then he points at his eyes. And then he like makes a crossbow motion.
And she says, "Okay." And she sounds like she's learning and picking up work fairly quickly. And she says, "Okay." And she like keeps the crossbow, and she like you see her moves pretty stealthily. It's like almost making no sound. But yeah, Gromthar,
And then,
you would notice an elf, which is kind of peculiar since unless they're high in status and are from other continents, usually orcs don't get along with elves.
why does this pale skin walk with us?
Is he saying that to anyone in particular?
Under my breath, maybe behind you.
Oh, okay.
I glare at her and between you.
Would Grom hear that or not really? I feel like Sirix would be more likely to hear it than Grom would be.
You can
Because Grom's
roll a
kind of up ahead.
perception.
I don't even think Grom probably wouldn't hear it actually if it was under his breath.
Oh, not great. 12.
Yeah, you didn't hear it.
Oh, I'm pretty good this time.
Oh, you did an 18? Oh, I'd say you probably heard it, since you were probably closest before.
Whether you heard it or not, see that Grumthar is uncomfortable with this person with us in our presence.
Grom won't mention it right now. He's just going to keeping on following Cub. And then he would say to Bordok, he'd be like, Bordok, you take front. I'll support you.
Bordok nods and says, all right. And then he walks forward. And the one in front is actually sort of Cub right now because he's sort of leading and following Tarnik. So,
All right.
Tarnik, you are now at this street, and you said you were heading this way.
Yep.
Okay. You are heading that way, and then let's take a quick 5-minute break right here. I'm gonna go and see if I can find the other dog here. A little bit. I heard a little bit of barking.
Oh,
So.
lost doggo.
Yeah. So
Break,
we'll take
break.
a quick 5-minute break if anybody needs to do a bio break or anything, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
I'll be right back.
I will too. Be right back.
All right. So now we'll say fun. Guess there was a cat outside.
It was the dog chasing the cat.
Yeah.
They're Rottweilers, right?
No, my brother finally gave away the Rottweilers. So it's just the little tiny ones that bark really loudly.
I was gonna say, if the Rottweiler chasing the cat, it's pretty bad news for the cat.
Yeah. Yeah. No, these ones love to stay in my room and jump on my bed and sleep. So, but if they hear anything, they just bark really loud. I'm like, okay. So, yeah. It's very interesting.
So here in the in between moment, I was gonna say, well, actually, Dave. Oh, Dave is not here. Grom had something to say to Dave, kind of, but I'll give it just a second.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. During this kind of down moment, Grom would have maybe found opportunity to kind of fall back alongside Grimthar. That's his name, right? Grimthar. Grimthar. And he would kind of say, Grimthar, keep an eye on our right flank. This mist He's going to kind of point at the ground.
It plays with your mind. Let us know of anything strange.
And then he's
Stranger
going to kind of look. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Stranger than a group of orcs that travel elf.
Grom's going to kind of chuckle. And then he's going to kind of look. You're going to see Grom kind of look deep into Grimthar's eyes. And you might even see, his eyes are just like kind of these like deep black pupils. And he would say,
The little elf has proven her worth many times over.
and then he's going to kind of say,
I understand that the orcs and the elves have a not so friendly relationship. I can respect it.
and then he's going to just like kind of awkwardly pat you on the shoulder.
She might have proven her worth to you. She has not proven her worth to me. Out of respect
Understandable.
of you and your companions, I tell them now. I will watch to the flank.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch those last two.
I will watch her flank and be wary of the mist.
Grom is going to say,
If anything happens,
he kind of looks at your. Are you wearing armor? Is Grimthar wearing armor?
Yeah, I believe he has half the plate. Does he have? Well,
I guess,
he has his armor on. No, he doesn't wear plate. He's a barbarian. He doesn't wear plate, but he does have a big belt.
Okay. I guess because he has close range weapons, Grom would assume he's a close range fighter. So Grom is going to say,
if you see anything, you're the front line. I'll support you.
and then he kind of holds up his viol, and he gives you this like kind of creepy Minotaur grin.
I hand him. He says, "Here's my scimitar. You might need this."
Oh, Grom's going to look at the scimitar for a minute.
It's a
And
compass.
then he's gonna shake his head. He's gonna say,
That's okay. Will probably work better in your hands.
Grandma, I keep telling you that smile, it's not charming. It's creepy.
Grom's gonna say,
My mother always said it was charming.
It's a smile only a mother could love.
Well, your mother was a cow.
he says,
Hey, that's Minotaur. It's much different.
but he's gonna say it joking.
Right, I have
like
to
joke.
do that in a growl because I'm still a panther.
Oh, okay. Well, he wouldn't have.
Okay.
Oh, William, I also wanted to ask you one more thing.
Oh, okay.
So the memory that got plucked from Grom, is there any should I roleplay it as if that is affecting his personality at all? Like if that memory, because that's a big memory. If it were not there, that might actually cause Grom to have actually over time, perhaps a deep change in values even.
Yeah, I was gonna
Damn.
say it would have a deep change. I would say you could possibly play it to a low degree now because it will affect.
It's probably a slow burn.
Yeah, it's a slow burn just because I don't know what the party's going to do with the rest of this.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a permanent thing, then yeah, I would say eventually everybody's personality would start changing. That's the danger of this play.
Gotcha.
So.
I feel like, right now, if anyone notices anything about Grom, they almost think they notice him acting a bit lighter and happier than usual. Actually,
Nice.
and I should ask. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
No, if you're not done, continue.
Oh, well, I was going to ask you if the cutoff, the actual memory that was erased. So there was the stuff I wrote, and then there was the stuff in the Discord message that happened after the memory I wrote. Would it be like that whole memory, or just the pleasant part in the beginning?
I would say the pleasant part in the beginning is you have a memory of this person, you're just not quite sure what happened, and so far it's still linked to what happened after, but you're not quite sure.
But what happened after wouldn't have been as traumatic,
Yeah.
probably. Gotcha. Okay. Very
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
it's a strange thing that's happening right now. That's why it's a slow burn. It's not like the brain is
Yeah.
still trying to put the puzzle pieces together. But
So,
yeah, for sure
okay.
it would.
Yeah, very
For sure it would change some sort of personality right now, in the sense of it's starting to take effect, but it's not going to completely change him right off the bat.
Gotcha.
And
And then the last thing Grom would do is he would say to Cyrix, Cyrix, will you watch our backs?
Yeah.
He's gonna wink at Cyrix with a creepy Minotaur wink.
Less creepy than the smile.
He says, my mother liked it when I winked at her. Anyway, all right, continue.
And so Tarnik, as you are making down this street, you eventually do start seeing what seems to be like 3 figures. This other figure is still following behind, but then up ahead you see 3 other figures that are translucent as well, and not quite seeming in detail as like the armor and the clothing that this other thing that's lurking behind you, but the other 3 figures, ghostly figures, do seem to be able to move rather quickly. They seem to not be hindered by something. They haven't spotted you. You can barely just make out the glowing past the eyesight that you can see, the vision that you can see within the 20 radius, but you do know that they're coming toward you.
And there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
About right here.
So as Tana comes down that street, most of it he's not going to know that they're there until they're, I don't know, pretty close to him.
Okay. Yeah, and I was also going to say most of these are also ruins, but some of them are buildings with walls. They're still standing, maybe like broken roofs, shattered stone. And you can see this glow, 3 glows that are moving through the mist, getting closer and closer.
Are they a different color to the other glows that he's seen?
They seem about the similar. The only one that's different is the one that's walking behind you, or floating behind you, trying to get to you.
Yeah, because originally there was the purple glowy orb, purple glow, wavering light, and then
I would say it's more
the figure was more a green.
Yeah. This one is more of a bluish, 3 bluish, with a hint of purple.
As he's getting closer, he'll just go, nope, I don't like that, and he'll misty step 30 feet behind him.
Okay. So you have the vision of 20 feet, and
Yep.
so they're still hidden within the fog. You can't see them. How close do you think you want to get them? Right at the edge of the 20 feet?
I'd probably always get them in 10 feet.
Okay. Now, mind you that once you do that and you get them to where the mist disperses, where your vision is, basically, they're going to be able to see you as well.
Yep.
Okay. So as you do this, they see you, and you hear these voices, just like deathly voices, squeal, and it echoes throughout the area. And you do see that they're more like skeletal apparitions, and they all like start swarming toward you, and you misty step in front of them. Cub, you are able to see what seems to be like flickers of other individuals, like 3 individuals, and you see Tarnik vanish and disappear from your sight for a little bit. But you, since there's no fog or mist where you guys are, you are able to see him 30 feet in front, which puts him behind these 3 misty figures.
So is he back in our normal realm, or
No. He's still
Is he still in
he's
that?
still in the other realm, but this is what you see happening in his realm currently.
All right. So I'm gonna rush towards him. And you said that he disappears, right?
Yeah, he disappears and appears about 30 feet behind these 3 other individual misty-looking creatures. Or translucent creatures, I mean.
So I'm gonna go towards him and try to like assist him and like trying to get him to know that we're here. Get him to understand that we're here. Like growl, try to give him like some kind of signal to let him know that we're here to help.
As everybody else
He's
sees that
onto
the
something.
cub is trying to do all these things, growling and possibly gesturing or whatnot.
I'm just gonna say
He's onto something. I think he sees Tarnik, or there's a clue.
Can
Where?
Grom message
Where do you
Cub to
see
try to
Tarnik?
communicate
Who
with
this man you search for? Where would you see him?
He is an orc. He is our leader, second in command to Bordak. But he is missing.
Can I message Cub to communicate with him?
Message cub? Yeah.
With the message spell?
And Sterix would like to call it from the back of the group. That's they're co-leaders, Grom and Tarnik, co-leaders.
Grom is going to kind of just haphazardly say, as he strums a note on his viol to cast message, he's going to say,
Only when Tarnik's gone.
and then he's going to strum a little message to Cub. He's going to say in his message,
Cub, what do you see?
Does Silent have a speak with animal?
Okay, so it says a creature, so yeah, you can whisper a message, and then the target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear. So yeah, I would say you can hear. So yeah, you can message him back.
Oh, I can message him back? Okay. So I'll message him back of saying I'll say Tarnik is here with 3 other figures.
Grom is going to repeat this to the group.
He is here. There are 3 figures with him. Probably malevolent, I would imagine.
Where? Where do you see this?
Grom
Three,
says,
I do not know. There's something going on.
I'm trying to think of what Grom could do here.
This is the bear telling you this.
No, the panther.
No, the panther.
The panther's
Yes. He is our healer. He also changes into animals.
Grom almost seems distractedly conversing because he's like trying to think of what he could do to like spot.
Well, everybody doing this. Tarnik, you back in your area, you appear and you see these 3 figures turn into the mist, starting to search, and then you hear a voice, a female's voice, and says, "Run forward. Run into the building." And you hear it almost emanating from this building right here. It's a large building, and it seems to have like pretty good fortified walls. They're standing.
Is this the same voice that he's heard in the mist before?
No, this sounds completely different. More of a yeah, I can't do it. That voice is hard, but kind of like a female hoarse voice.
It's probably that orc woman who appeared, the one with the moss. But I'm assuming only Cub hears this. Is this right?
Oh no, it's only Tarnik. Tarnik is the only one that's hearing it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And above the table, Nick is the one in a different phase, right? He's the one we can't
Yeah,
see.
he's like trapped in the ghost realm or something. We have not figured it out yet. We're still looking for him.
Yeah. Let me see.
And I do not know what Grom could do.
You mean he might be stuck in the down under?
Oh, are you saying that in game?
No, I'm above that. I was just joking.
Oh no, that sounds kind of like what's going on. The upside down.
It does sound like Stranger Things around here, doesn't it?
I'm sorry, I picked up that Waz, you're in Australia. Am I wrong?
No.
Yeah, that was just a poor joke on my part.
Yeah. Tarnik will run into that building.
Okay.
The D4 with the heads or tails.
So as you start heading into the building, you actually go through what seems to be thick bushes and moss that's growing in this particular building. And as you enter, it's pretty empty. And I'm gonna throw you in here really quick. Hey, wait a minute. Where'd your token go? He's really missing for sure. Oh, there he is. All right. As you rush forward into this and break through the moss, and we're gonna pop you in here really quick. And you break through the moss and bushes and stuff. And as you enter into this building, you immediately see that it is completely empty, but there are certain rocks and ruins here. You can tell that what seems to be like pieces, which there don't seem like it, but they're pieces of a statue. This would right here would be like a head, and you can tell that it's like an orc head, and all this rubble over here just makes pieces of what would be the rest of the statue. But you hear the female voice that was talking. Says, chosen my father. He chose someone who has been trapped within the Echo realm. Welcome. You will be safe here.
Where am I safe from? Are they just more ghosts?
More ghosts and more ghosts that are powerful. Ghosts everywhere. The dead. But you see, like, from the ground, this ground over here starts just shaking and moving. And eventually, I don't have that particular token, but you see this female. I wonder if I do have. I thought I put it in here. I thought I had put it in here, but it vanished on me. But either way, you see this orcish female that is covered in black cloaks, orange eyes popping, and you see that she's wearing what seems to be like black leather armor, and also kind of a skirt that flows that's also black and leatherage, and spikes on the shoulders made of this leather armor as well. And she has horns that are protruding both sides of her head. It is an orc, but her skin is gray, almost charcoal gray, almost like a drow color, but it is for sure is a drow. I mean, an orc, not a drow, that is standing before you. And you see that she just kind of appears out of the ground right there, moving the rubble, and then the ground closes if she's never like even made a hole in it, and she stands there looking at you. Says,
Is everything in here still non-colored?
here it looks normal colored. You actually see the green. You actually see the walls and their actual true texture and color. The vibrant green here.
Tonic will stick his head out the door. So not his whole body, just his head, so he can see the street again.
Once again, yeah, you see the gray, and you see the three figures and the one that was floating, trying to get to you, also outside now by the door, trying to. It looks like they're trying to decipher, trying to move their hands around it. They look frustrated.
Yep. So he'll turn back in and to the to Zoita, I think her name was. And he'll say, "So I've got company outside, so I can't leave. But in here it feels different. Do I have my equipment back now?"
You do not have your equipment back, but and I'm sorry, what did you call her?
Oh, that was like out of character.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So Zoita or Zoita?
You meant out of character. You said Zotia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, since you didn't say nothing in character, yeah. So,
No.
But anyway, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. So, yeah. So I've got these four people, 4 spirits outside. They've been chasing me. How do I get them to stop chasing me?
Says, well, you can kill them, but they are pretty powerful since you all have no weapons or armor. And she floats over to you. Ah, the trickster. He's the one who has your weapons and armor.
Right.
And she says,
So where's this trickster? If he's got my stuff, he's dead.
says, look for him in the castle. And she says, the castle to the far northeast of the city. Or northwest. Sorry. And she lingers around you and says, so, my father has made you his chosen. And says, I don't see why yet. And it says, you were about to run into a group of more undead, should you have been going. Lucky that I found you in time. Perhaps you will be the ones who finally do away with this curse upon this city. I sense your friends as well. Perhaps I should invite them here.
So here, I see it's different. There's colour. There's the moss is growing. Everything outside of here is dead and colourless.
Yes,
What's the difference?
I protect this little area. There's little pockets of areas that I protect. Ancient city that used to worship me. I am the one who controls the shadows. I am the one who decides what secrets should be kept. But this mist curse. The foolish one who thought you could mess with things outside of his knowledge. He opened a gateway, you see. A gateway that even my powers were not sufficient to control. I beckoned my father, but he ignored it. But eventually Gonosh decided to send you, the chosen. Though I admit, we are bound by certain rules. But I do wish for this mist to be destroyed, and I wish for the necromancer to be destroyed. I would reclaim the city again. It was my city first.
Whilst all this is going on, Tarnik will walk over to the statue head and pick it up and place it in the right orientation, even though the body's not there.
Okay. And she
And he turns back to her. He turns back to her and says, "Well, sounds like we've got the same objective.
says,
How do we move forward?
and she says,
I can't do much without anything. Like, I've got no armor, I've got no weapons. Bit difficult in here. Can't really fight those things with just my bare hands. Or can I?"
walks over to one of the corners over here where you can see parts of this statue, and she starts moving her hands, and you can see this statue now forming and molding itself into the original shape that it used to be. And you see an orc standing there with a great battle axe, holding in his hand across his chest with both hands grabbing it. And then you see this armor, glorious armor on him with fine details. But you can tell that there's some runes also on it, but these runes are not of your time. It's maybe over 300 years old, maybe even more. She says, "What armor are you requiring? What are you more able to fight in?"
Not a big fan of the axe, but that looks pretty impressive. But armor, yeah, the bigger the better.
And she touches the statue, and you see this armor form into actual material, not just a stone. And you see armor pop out. And this armor is looking exactly how it looks in your picture, in your avatar.
Okay.
And she smiles at you and says, "There, this armor should suffice." And
Yep, Tarnik will gratefully accept it and start donning it.
while this is happening, she looks almost toward the entrance, says, "Your friends are still out there." And she floats away as you are donning the armor, giving you time to do that. While the group is out here searching, Cub, you will notice that Tarnik runs forward into that particular building that was here. This building right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rather large building, but it's made of certain sections. But you see him run toward that way, going faster than the three ghostly figures, and now this other fourth figure slowly making its way. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna give chase and try to outbeat them as they go. As I know that he enters in the building, I'm also gonna give chase, but at least being known that I can be faster to reach out to.
Well, these other beings don't see you. None of them see you on the other side, so y'all pretty much clear. Hardly any mist on this side, but you do see the he vanishes into that building, and as he vanishes, you're heading that way. You said you were gonna run, or you gonna, or
Yeah, I'm gonna give chase.
Okay. So as you
Give
see
chase.
Chase, you are Grom. You and the rest of the group see Cub start heading that way, running towards.
Grom's gonna be
building.
like,
Come on, let's go.
he's gonna run.
Your
After
pet
that.
flees.
Yeah, Syrinx would just keep pace.
And
I think he found something.
as you arrive in this building, you see that there's actually just rock building. A lot of what you can tell is rubble, but that rubble seems to form into, you have some moth, some little plants probably growing around it. But other than that, you don't see anything else. But you know that he went into this doorway here.
You mean Cub did?
No, Tarnik.
Oh,
Cub,
I'm sorry. You're telling Cub. Gotcha.
yeah, and showing you guys too where Cub stops right now as he chases all the way to that building and just stops in front of this rock formation. And as this is happening, everybody sees this figure just pop out of this area. This orc, but very gray skinned orc. Black cloak, hooded with horns sticking out of the cloak on both sides of the head. Black hair, orange glowing eyes, and this leather armor with skirt of leather as well, just kind of hanging about her, flowing. And she says, and she looks about this mist. And you see the mist kind of swirl around her legs, but then keeps a distance, and as if some sort of battle is going on. And she looks over at the group and says, "Your friend, he's waiting inside for you." And she waves
what
her
language is she
hand, and you see this crack of the ruins open up into what seems to be like a lot of thick bush and moth, green, vibrant moth that's growing around the rocks, such.
Gromthar sees Grom considering this and puts his hand on his shoulder and says, I wouldn't trust the spirits.
Does it look like, does Grom think that the mist is not her friend, or is she like controlling
You
it?
can roll insight.
Does it look?
And then
Yeah,
she
Grom
would
is
be
Grom
speaking
might
a language
agree.
that everybody
Grom
would
might agree.
understand.
Okay, okay.
Was that
You
roll,
said
would
that-
you- Yeah, that mist doesn't seem to be liking her. It seems to be some sort of like battle going on between her and the mist.
Grom would kind of lean into Grumthar and say,
I don't believe that mist is hers. Look at how it cannot get to her. I think she's repelling it.
You, Bard, you have abilities. You have ability to dismiss this mist. Gust.
I'm afraid not.
but Grom is going to walk forward and approach the orc lady. He's going to walk right up to her. And then he would say,
You said our friend. Do you mean Tarnik, York, chosen of Ganache?
Chosen of my father, yes.
okay, does Grom understand what that means? Does he know enough lore or history to know what that means?
He could roll a religion check or history check. But I mean,
let's see.
Father's pretty common, so as far as
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if she's like a famous person, like a famous. Okay, I rolled a religion check or a history check. Sorry, 17.
17. So Gonash is the pretty much leader of the pantheon, but his mate is Grulga, and then he has, of course, daughters, usually called the Sisters of Despair. So there's like Lysaria, Naxaria, and Vilera. And so You know that he has.
Would
daughters.
he know?
He has sons, and he has, of course, Zorvak the Deceiver is a brother, and then Vorkash, the god of famine, and Malakar, the god of disease, are the brothers too. They're brothers, but they're sons of Gonash as well.
Would he know, based on her appearance, which daughter she most likely is, if she's telling the truth?
Ooh, probably not, unfortunately.
Okay. Then he would just ask,
Which daughter are you?
And then she'll lift an eyebrow when she says, "I am the one of shadows. I am Lysara. And this one used to be my kingdom. You are my father's chosen. You have been sent to do away with the curse. Yes. Have you not?"
Yes. We have. Can you help us? Tell us how to make it so.
Destroy the necromancer. And she says, "Follow me. I can only hold the mist for so long." And she enters into the opening of this ruins.
before Grom follows her, he would kind of turn around to the others and kind of nod his head like a "come on" gesture. And then he would just duck right on in, and you would also hear him say, "Come on, Craig."
And then the bear's like looking at you, kind of confused, like, and then like looks over at the female orc, kind of with trepidation, but he slowly walks, like very slow. It's almost like somebody in trouble, just like walking so slowly. And then Silent, of course, would like jump right in after you and walk with you.
Yeah, Syrinx would just follow the group in as well. Yeah, I mean, no reason to back out now.
Grumflower pauses. He doesn't trust spirits. But then seeing the rest of the crew go in, sighs and follows them in.
All right, so Grumthar, let's move you there.
Yeah, Syrinx is gonna kind of float to the back of the group to engage with Grumthar a little. Like, one thing that you kind of need to know about the Chosen of Ganache is whatever seems like the worst idea is probably what we're gonna do. So, I hope you're on board with that.
And in the goblin tongue, I'll say, "Should I trust you, little one?"
And in Orc, I will say back, yes, you can trust me.
What house do you hail from? Are you the as I look up my notes here? Oh, I had it. Where does it go? Right here it is. Are you the Blood Claw or Shadow Spire?
I mean, I don't really have one. I was raised by the Shadow Council. So neither really.
I don't suspect Drumthar. I've not heard of the Shadow Council.
Yeah, you wouldn't have.
You would the Shadow Spire Dominion is actually the city in the kingdom of the goblins, so you would probably know that that's where you hail from. That's where the king.
Okay. The Shadow Spire. I would have heard of that, but
for Syrinx. For Syrinx, that's where you would have come from, and that's
Gotcha.
yeah. The Shadow Spire is the city, the kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we see anything when we come in here? Like, do we see Tarnik over there?
Oh, yeah. You would as y'all as y'all enter Cub enter too, right? Or
Yeah.
okay. So as y'all enter, the bear kind of goes over here and you see Tarnik. And Tarnik, you see them enter with the orc lady leading them. You know, I'm gonna put a. I'm just gonna use a normal orc, so we know where she's
Our
standing.
elf seems to be upside down,
Boom.
walking on her head.
What?
The elf token is upside down. Oh, there.
Oh.
There we go. And
Grom would.
yeah, so everybody
Oh,
sees
walking
everybody
up.
now.
Tarnik is finishing putting on his armor and flexing and stretching with it and testing the heft and the weight of this battle axe because he's not used to using battle axes. And he looks around and goes, "Ah, you're finally here. What took you so long?"
And
I'm gonna, or for me, I'm gonna switch into my, or wild shape back into my human, or to my normal. I'll revert back. I'll go up to him. I'm gonna just not like actually hurt him, but I'm gonna like punch him in the arm, and I was like, "You disappeared on us, you ass face."
I went to check a threat, and then everything was gone.
Grom is going to say,
They surely fled from you because they were afraid, but they cannot flee any longer. They're in the castle.
Yes.
Grom is going to
have
kind of
go
hide how happy he is to see Tarnik. Try to hide
To
it.
Syrinx, Grumthor will say, in Goblin, your pet seems to be Durgar.
No,
How
Cub's not a
loud?
pet.
How loud was that?
Well, it was kind of in the background.
No, just asking.
I was speaking to Syrinx. I wasn't trying to hide it necessarily, but I wasn't shouting it either.
No, Cub's not a pet. Cub's part of the party. It's a member of the party.
I can respect animals can party. So he's and I suspect Grunthar would know of druids, and so he's a druid of sorts.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he kind of helps keep us alive. You know, some spells to like cure ailments. He makes berries.
And I was at least speaking in the goblin tongue because I was speaking to a goblin. So if that matters to people listening to us.
No, Grom just looks at Tarnik and says, her name was Lysea. Was that her name? The orc. Litharia. He's going to say,
Litharia says he's in the castle. Do you have a game plan, Tarnik?
We go to the castle, we smash the necromancer. What more do you want to know?
Grom just nods his head.
Sounds like a good plan.
I love that Tarnik is just the Hulk smash of the party.
Oh no, he's pretty angry with this necromancer. He's taken his favorite equipment. He's got, well, the necromancer has Shiv's whistle, so he can't summon Shiv. So he's pretty angry at the moment.
And
Oh yeah, Syrinx was gonna ask Tarnik about Shiv because we were trying to use Shiv to find him. So what's up with Shiv?
I think I went. Magic put me to sleep. So when that happens, Shiv goes back to wherever it is Shiv came from.
Huh.
Grom is also going to introduce Grumthar and Tarnik. He's going to say,
Tarnik, this is Grumthar. He found us on our way here. He was sent by...
It was actually specifically the King of the Goblins, which I don't remember what his name was.
Brewstack.
yeah,
Grustak. It was sent by Grustak.
Grumthar puts his hand on the Durgar and doesn't force it, just kind of pushes him to the side, giving him a way to step forward to Tarnik. I guess first question is, Cub, you let that happen? Yeah. And he steps into that place and Grumthar snorts and takes a deep smell. You are Tarnik, the amazing Tarnik. Let's get the.
I am Tarnik. I don't know about this title. I'm Tarnik, the Chosen of Ganosh.
Leader of the Chosen. The one that single-handedly defeated in the arena. Tarnik, the Amazing, they call you.
Cyrix would like to
I'm not surprised.
interject at that point.
Okay,
You're the one that solved the riddle of Grom and makes the best armor ever seen. And I look at your armor. That armor is quite impressive.
As y'all talking,
But this is not my armor. This is the armor that I was given. My armor is gone. The necromancer has it.
If your armor was so great, why did you change?
I woke up without it. The necromancer. Magic and rubbish like that.
And I raise my axe. Necromancer, you say there's a necromancer present. Where is this necromancer?
In the castle. Let's go.
And as y'all are talking, go ahead, Cyrix, you were going to say.
Yeah, Cyrix would like to interject in that. Be like, I appreciate all the piss and vinegar that's happening here, but first off, the Dwagar is not a pet. This is Cub. They're part of our party. They're a human being.
He's
a dirt eater at least.
And this is a group effort. Tarnik doesn't single-handedly do anything.
That's not what they said back at the city. There's regalia.
I'm sorry that you're misinformed.
And Bordak will interject and says, yeah, we were there. All of us helping. It's a group effort.
Yes, but I did. But I was the one that made people stand up and notice us. Throwing that orc onto the spike pole. Who of you thought of doing that?
Somehow, back at the Rusty Nail, regalia about the exploits of Tarnik. There's no speak of a Durgar, goblin, let alone a elf.
Yes. Need to do something about that elf.
You're going to hear from over in the distance,
but you've heard of Grom, haven't you?
He's going to kind of approach. You see a maniacal grin on his face.
They tell tales of me, don't they?
Only that there's a cow that talks incessantly.
He kind of laughs.
This is what they say when they fear me.
He's going to turn around, go get on Craig. You see that Craig has a military saddle on his back.
I look at...
You are going back. Can you roll me a perception?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Couldn't be any worse. Nat 1.
Tarnik, you're aware
he
of
gets lost.
A necromancer.
He can't find his weapon.
Enough talking, more action. Fortune favors the bold. Lead us to this necromancer.
Tarnik looks at Usara and says, Lady of Shallows, I do recognize you. Can you clear the path so we can travel safely to the castle?
And she looks back. She says, you see her, she's looking like at Silence. Silence not able to talk for some unknown reason. She's like kneeling by her and she's like, and then as you say this, she turns back, her head snaps back toward you. Says, safe passage. That is the test of my father. You make your own path. Destroy these cursed undead. He is watching. Prove your strength against these spirits, these abominations, this necromancer made. I will be watching as well. And she says, I already gave you enough. And she looks over at Tarnik. And Tarnik, for now, we're gonna call it the armor of Lysara and the axe of Lysara for now. So they're both plus 2 magical items for the armor and the axe. So they're magical.
Very nice.
And
When she speaks, does Grom see the situation with Silent, or does he not see that?
Yeah.
He rolled a nat 1.
yeah, now he does. Now he does.
Oh, okay. He would kind of strut over there before getting up on Craig, and he would actually walk right up to Lysaria. I'm sorry, I probably keep saying her name wrong. Lysaria? Is that right? He's going to kind of strut right up to her and then hold down his hand to Silent as if to take her hand. And just going to look Lysaria right in the eyes as he does this. Not saying anything or making any kind of specific expression, just kind of like to show that he's not scared of her kind of thing. And then he's going to hold down his hand to Silent as if to... And then he says, come on, Silent.
And as you do this,
Let's
you
go.
notice that Silent seems to be completely stiff. Her muscles seem to be completely stiff, unable to talk. Her eyes are the only things that rove to you. But other than that, you see fear in her eyes, but she can't move. As you see Lysaria just kind of studying. As she sees you, now her eyes lurk back down. It's like, oh, is this your pet? How sweet. An elf. I remember thousands of years ago, as if it's just yesterday. Their god, Morthil, always thinking he's above the rest. Above my father. And she looks down. Pity that there are godly accords.
Grumthor would like to address Lysara and approaches her and he goes, I have experience battling the undead. Weapons can prove lacking. If you are truly the daughter of Ganache, could you bless our weapons so that are effective against the spirits?
He says, always with the blessings. Always wanting more. She walks over. She looks over at Tarnik. I blessed one of you with power already. And you want more. Why should I give you? I don't even sense the blessing of my father upon you.
Gunthar, as I contemplate this, I reflect on the teachings. The teachings of Ganache. Let not thine anger be leashed, for wrath is the flame of Ganache, kindled in the heart of the worthy. I, Ganache, am worthy, and seek to vanquish the dead.
And she puts her face up close to you. You see the fire and power in her eyes as she looks at you. Then prove it without my blessing. If my father wishes you to be chosen of Ganache, you will succeed.
Yeah, and so he Grumthar snorts and then storms away and says, Tarnik, let's be on our way. And Grumthar starts moving toward the exit.
while this is happening and her attention is diverted elsewhere, does Silence seem to go back to normal or not really?
Silene is still frozen there. And
Then while her back is turned... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Then Lysaria will walk over to Tarnik. Test him. Make sure he is good. Make sure he is worthy of the power and to be chosen of Gonash. For my father does not choose those unworthy ones. Should he die, then he fails the test. As she smiles at you and then turns back over as everybody's lingering around, silent.
Grom would just, he would actually kind of just grab her by the shoulder and pick her up and throw her over his shoulder, actually.
As you try to do that,
and
you
then-
notice that she's almost as heavy as statue. She's almost like she's just stuck to the wall, to the ground there.
Uh-oh. Maybe he's like he's trying to figure out. Could he make like a strength check to try?
Sure. Go ahead.
Now he doesn't want to give up on it. Would it be a straight strength or would it be like athletics?
Strength.
All right, here we go. Strength check.
Have a guidance.
Oh, a guidance. Can I use guidance for straight strength, or would it have to be a skill to use guidance?
Well, what does guidance say? Is it just for
Skill
I was
checks,
gonna
right?
say a skill check.
So it is for skill check. You can do it because strength check and you can use either or according to. What
Oh,
I
okay.
read. It says-
I'll roll this.
Any
then.
ability checks using the chosen skill.
Yeah, just not
Okay,
a 10,
gotcha.
basically.
So I rolled a 22 with the
And
Very
you
nice.
can see as the muscles bulge from your arms as you try to lift her, but it seems like just some force is just holding her there. And then
Oh,
you see
wow.
Lysaria
Then he's
just-
gonna.
as you're doing this, Lysaria turns over to you and says, "I'm not finished with her."
And then Grom is gonna say, "Good. I was just straightening her shirt." And then he's gonna make it look like he was just straightening her shirt, or try to.
Like, well, what do you want with her?
Cyrix is gonna start becoming noticeably angry.
And she says, "I don't sense her being a chosen of Gonash."
That's because she's not. She is my healing slave.
Oh,
She's under my protection,
a slave.
under my goddess.
You know, Grom would actually kind of give a deep bow to the daughter of Ganache, and he would say,
Milady, you reunited us with Tarnik and helped us to formulate this plan. I am deeply grateful to you. And I would ask, please let the elf come with us. We mean only to help you reclaim your kingdom. We have the same goal.
and he's trying to be actually like, he's trying to actually appeal to her, in kind of a regal sort of way.
Roll a persuasion.
Okay.
Make
Yeah, this is
that
what Grom's
guidance-
good at. guidance?
Yeah.
Tonic would pop in and say, "Yes, lady, we do need to do something about that elf and her status as a slave. I think at least we should have manacles on her, if not a brand."
I can't remember. I was trying to look up the notes. Grom, what are the situations for you rolling for silent?
Yeah, so it would be, I have it right here. So we have the goddess's warning. Whenever that wouldn't apply here.
Trying to
No,
look
that
up
wouldn't be
where
the
I
one.
put it.
So there's one whenever Silent displays trust or admiration for him, he rolls its unrelenting guilt, and that's really the most applicable to this situation. No, I take that back. No, that is the most applicable. So here, I'll put it in the chat. And you can tell me if you think I should roll on it.
I thought there was one where it says if she's in trouble or something.
Yeah, so that's the one. This one is toward the end of this. If Silent is ever in danger or harmed, he must roll a wisdom saving throw DC 15 or react recklessly in an attempt to fix the situation,
Okay.
even if it puts others at risk.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, nothing rolling yet, but you are pretty much just talking currently. She seems to listen to your words for a while and then listens to Tarnik smiling. And then she kneels down. Such a pretty elf. And grabs her by the jaw and turns her to look at her, pretty much eye to eye. Says, slave elves. Despised elves. Creations of Morthil. Gonash created us. Created the orc. And of course you have the great god who created the humans and the rest of races. But we're never noticed, are we? We were supposed to claim the land. We were supposed to be the true race over Solar. But no, elves and humans, they decided that they were the main. And of course you have the dwarves, but dwarves are less of a, what do you say, troublesome, since they are more concerned with their golden coins, and we love their golden coins. But elves always trying.
Sounds like you, Grom.
Grom would give a slight nod.
She looks over at.
He wouldn't say anything.
She looks over at Grom and Cub, but focuses on Grom, and she says, I see something here. And she looks like she grabs into the air, and you see almost in the air a thin line, almost like a link that's connected to you and Silent. You never seen this before, but you see it now. And she plucks it, and you feel it, and Silent, you see her eyes just go wide, and you feel it too. Somewhere, it's almost like inside of you. Not quite sure how to sense it. She says, the fates are playing a game with you two, is oh. Gods, you can't really ever trust them. Always making deals. Oh, wait a minute, what am I saying? That's what I am. And she looks over. Fine. You can have her. She says, do what you wish with her. If she can help to at least destroy the curse. But if she dies
Brown would...
here, if she dies in my city, well, that's gonna be quite a prize. And she looks over at Tornik, and then she just vanishes and disappears. And then she can finally move.
Tarnik is still smiling.
Syrinx has blood dripping from her mouth from biting her tongue.
Grumtharf says, enough of this folly. Can we be on our way?
As this happens,
Indeed.
Silent just comes over and hugs Grom, kind of tears, and you feel her shivering, not a cold shiver, but a fearful shiver. And yeah,
Grom's gonna kind of pat her on the head and then kind of push her away from him and then lead her over toward Craig, and then he's gonna kind of whisper to her. He's like,
You have to look stronger than this. It's getting tough out here. Gotta be stronger than this.
and then he's gonna wink at her.
She looks up and she nods, and she looks over at Cub and Syrinx, and she's like, she kind of follows behind as the rest of the orcs are moving forward.
Well, before she does that, I'll grab her and I'm gonna do like a medicine check. I want to try to I want to see like if she did anything harmful to her or what the goddess did to her. I want to make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
While he's doing that, Grom's gonna mount up on Craig.
With a 16,
Craig's always on top of Grom.
you see that
Yep.
he goes under. The bear's riding.
Yeah,
No. You see that she's completely fine. For the most part, she is also tied into the accords, so she didn't do anything to her. Just kind of held her there.
When after that, when I feel that she's fine, I'm just gonna hug her.
And she hugs you back.
I was like, just stay close to me and Grom,
And she nods.
and you will be the strongest healer in the world.
Tarnik, you keep strange company.
Well, wasn't my choice. We were thrown together, and now we make the best of it. My job is to protect them. I think your job will be to protect me.
Protect you from what? I see nothing but moss and empty spirits. Lead us now
Those
to
empty
those
spirits.
necromancer.
Yes,
Grom would say,
necromancer is our target.
Let us go.
Yes. Cyrix is gonna say to Silent and Cubbo over here, to hell with these orcs. We're gonna protect each other. These orcs seem to have an issue with everybody other than the orcs, so we're gonna make sure we're okay.
Silent is like nodding. It's just like, yes. Protect each other. That's what we'll do. And,
I'm slaves. Time to go.
and y'all, I guess make it as who's, I guess Tarnik, you're the first to get into the street. As you're moving back into the streets, into the area, you will see that it is gray out here, and you are within the mist as you step out and back into the street here. And so, knowing this, as the rest of the group, this is different for you guys. You actually haven't seen this mist so thick, but you can see that through the opening where Tarnik is coming out. You see this mist is just coiling around you. You feel its presence even harder now. And at this time, Gromthar, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw. This
Oh,
will be your-
Grumthar. That's me.
You get +4. You get +4 for my paladin aura.
Okay. So this +4. So 19.
So,
So 19.
wisdom saving throw for all of us?
No, just for Grumthar.
Oh.
This is his first one, so you feel like almost like the mist itself is trying to crawl around inside of you, inside of your mind almost, and then it suddenly just disperses, this feeling, this essence. But
This mist is evil. Tarnik, make way. Get us out of here.
and as y'all all step out, you definitely see this mist, thick. Everything is gray, the walls, the ground, and fortunately for Tarnik, the creatures that were following him seem to have lost notice or just gave up, and you don't see them out here. But yeah, for the most part, go ahead and you can point me with your arrow, your measuring tool, which way you're going.
Well, I'm guessing the far northeast is over that way.
Okay. So you're going to take this street here. Excellent.
Is it the northwest or northeast? I can't remember. Sorry, I didn't write it down.
Northwest. It should be northwest, right?
Yeah.
So I got my cardinal directions right. But
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So you start heading down the streets. Everybody can feel this essence now, and by the time that y'all start eventually moving into this area right here, you can see that this street is filled of what seems to be spirits. Spirits walking, some of them just lingering back and forth. And from at least the direction of this corner right here that you see, eventually, at that angle, you see at least 10 of these spirits just hovering around this area right now, while others are moving away and just disappear into the mist further away. But yeah, as y'all move past here and then get to about right here, that's where you can see them. As if the mist almost parts for y'all to be able to see this, see the power that it has over this undead.
Tarnik the Amazing. How do you battle that which you cannot touch?
Well, we'll find out, won't we? And he runs into the group of people, into the group of shadows, spirits, or whatever they are.
A battle cry?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if that's initiative, there will be a bonus action rage here.
Hello, William? Are you there?
Will you?
You might be muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, that would be initiatives, but before y'all go in there, and roll, let me get this set up. That sort of happened pretty quick. All right. So, let me see here. Make sure it's the correct people. No, I didn't update you. All right. So let me do something really quick. I gotta refresh it so it gets Grumthar in there.
I figured it's been a couple of sessions since we've had combat, so
Yeah.
It's time.
Now, as that's getting ready to unfold, Cyrix is gonna reiterate to Cub and Silent, like, we watch each other's backs. Yes.
And Silent like nods. Yes. And all right. So we have that, and then we're gonna use this really quick. Where did it go? I'm losing all my stuff here. There we go. That should be about the street that I want. All right. Let me put all these people here. And then I'll put y'all in there. Let me grab y'all really quick. Grumthar. Not everybody. Yeah. The only one we're missing, we don't need Shiv. Okay. That should be at the right angle, so y'all are right here. And that's the big building. You're going to be up in front since you're rushing.
We're still on the city map, right?
Yeah, I'm just putting this up right now. As y'all going around the corner. Getting everything. That one did catch me off guard. I was like, oh, okay, we're running in. All right, cool. All right. Can't always be prepared just for everything, I guess. Yeah, so that one right there. So everybody should be able now. I think I got everybody. Should be able to roll initiative now. Is it going through? Maybe it's not going through. Why is it not going through? That's alright, I'll just add it in. Oh, no. Okay. So Tarnik got 19, 18, Cub 21, Cyrix 10.
Cyrix 17.
Oh, 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
She has
I rolled-
advantage.
Grumthor has an 11, if you see it.
Okay. I was hoping it would just catch it on there, but it didn't.
It says on the screen here, you wanted to send to the result to
Oh
the
yeah,
turn
yeah.
tracker.
I see it on the roll 20. I was just trying to get it on the encounter table on my D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay.
And Silent
Okay.
roll.
Never used.
So she got a 13. And then Mr. Bordak will do a. We're gonna use his magic items. Dang it. Oh god, he has. So he has a 17. So cool. So Bordak will be. Oh god, there's a lot of 17s. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4 17s. That's alright, put it in order for now at least. I'm gonna see if the initiative tracker actually tracks it. And now I'm gonna switch y'all over to the map as Mr. Tarnik is rushing in. There we go. That's what y'all see. And now we got orc rock music. There we go. So, as you went rushing forward, these spirits are lingering about this open area right now. And Cub, you are actually first in the initiative, followed by Tarnik, then Grom. So, Cub, you first, then Tarnik next.
Alright, so we're fighting these spirits.
You see Tarnik running in, and I guess the rest of the orcs are also so.
I mean, these are the enemies, right? These blue ones.
Yeah, all those creatures up ahead.
All right. All right, then I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance with this spell. Dirty 20, Starry Wisp.
Starry Wisp.
And I'm gonna go for the this one right here, where my arrow is kind of circling around him.
Okay. And what Starry Wisp?
So, well, first, before that, I'm gonna at least. I'm gonna at least move about right here. So I can at least gain a line of sight with him. Because that's just a dead tree, right? Right here?
Yeah.
Or one.
Yeah,
So I
it's
can
not,
get
it's
it.
not colored like that, it's just bark.
So. There we go. So range 60 feet. So basically, I throw ball of light, and it does 1d8 or in this case, now that we're level or 6 now. Yeah, so now it's 2d8 damage, and it's radiant damage. And they also have a dim light of a 10-foot radius and they can't go invisible.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
So if they
All
try to
very
go-
good. And roll the beautiful damage as everybody sees this mote of light shoot off from Cub and slam into this ghostly apparition here.
So it would be 10 damage.
10 damage of radiance. And if it wasn't glowing enough, now it is really glowing. With
So
magic.
as I go up, I'll go, and then I'll you see my hand start glowing, and then that I shout out, "Look, a shooting star!" And throw the actual ball of light at it.
Okay. Anything else from you, sir?
That will be it for now.
All right. Tarnik. Which will be followed
So-
by Grom next.
The four blue figures all look the same, yes?
Yeah.
And the other two?
The other two look a little bit more like the guy over here that's sitting on this horse look a bit more armored. And the other one, it looks like actual armor that's on him, but it's transparent. And then the other one is, make sure on that one before I give you the wrong. It seems more, how would I say? It seems to be wearing robes of a different essence. It seems to be more important in a sense, in the way that it's clothed, but it's still transparent compared to these other blue ones that are in front of them.
So Tarnik will rush to that road figure. In his mind, wizards are bad. Wizards need to go down first. Wizards wear robes. So
Okay.
he is going to use his, what do we call it? So he can dash. Basically, as a bonus action, he gets an extra 30 feet dash.
Oh, okay.
So that should take him all the way up there. Yeah, probably there. And then he'll strike out with his brand new Axe of Lasara.
All right.
He'll use it two-handed because he doesn't have a shield.
Ooh.
Oh, he doesn't like this axe.
You see something?
That was a fumble.
Oh, was it a fumble? Oh, it's blue for you.
Yep.
Okay. Oh gosh. Roll
It
me
was a
D-
1 plus
roll me a
9.
d20.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. You rolled a 2. Oh my.
Yeah.
Let me see here. So basically, you drop the. You come in there. You're not used to using this weapon, so you drop your weapon and it lands about 5 feet away from you.
do I still get my extra attack?
You can still get an extra attack. You just don't
Yep.
have the weapon.
That's all right. So using try and grapple the robed figure.
That would be. Okay, so you're gonna grapple.
Yep.
Well, it's a strength of 5 that it rolls.
And you want me to roll a strength?
Yeah, you can do it strengths or athletics.
My athletics is +7.
Ooh. I think you can. Well, unless you. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't fail.
Yeah, there you go.
So you have grappled this apparition somehow. It feels very interesting in the texture. It feels like your arms are almost going to go through it, but yet it's still holding by some sort of force. All right. So you
Which one's grapple?
This one.
Okay.
And anything else from you?
No, that was it. That was his attack, extra attack, bonus action, movement. That's everything he can do.
All right. So it will be followed by you, Mr. Grom, who you see Tarnik throw away his axe, seeming like he doesn't need it, and decides to grab the apparition in the front.
All right, so I'm riding Craig, and Craig has a movement of 40, so I want to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and basically I want to ride him right to here. It says here that in the Brown Bear traits that if he's not ordered to attack, he'll automatically take the dodge action, which is fine with me because I'm not going to order him to attack. Ordering him to attack is an action, it says in this thing. But what I am going to do is I'm going to try to cast Command on this one right here.
Okay.
That one over there. And I'm going to try to command it to flee. And the, so here's I'll put it in the chat here, command. And then the save for it would be a Wisdom 16. Casting it at level 1. We'll see if this works on these undead. Some undead don't respond to these types of spells. He's gonna be like flee as he's playing on his viol.
Let me look up something really quick. I gotta look up
I don't think I'm gonna use Bardic Inspirations right now because, well, actually, this is gonna be a big fight. So, and we're gonna probably be in this fight for. It's probably gonna be over before the hour, so I'm gonna use my Bardic Inspiration. I only have 2 left. Arnick, I'm giving you a Bardic Inspiration.
Woohoo!
Okay.
D8.
All right, so that will.
It's a D8 now. Yeah.
So it will roll a 10.
Oh, heck yeah. So it says the target spends its turn moving away from you by the fastest available means, basically.
Okay.
It just follows the command on its next turn, basically, and it's only for 1 turn.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it. That's Grom's turn.
Alrighty. Well, then that'll take us to Mr. Bordak, which Mr. Bordak will move right there. And he will go ahead and boom. That one will land. That one I think still lands. Yeah. Alright. He finally gets to use his magical weapon, so he's not here, but still. Ooh. Dang. Alright, so that's 25 worth of damage right there. Magical slashing. Oh, heck yeah.
Might get an attack of opportunity when it runs away.
So now we're going to move to the next creature, which the next creature is, the closest one is Tarnik. So this creature right here, this guy in the horse, turns the horse over. And it's going to look over to the fort that's in its space for some reason, and will attack with...
Uh-oh, is Tarnik? Is it just his camera's off, or is he gone?
No. The Tarnik is here.
He said BRB in the Roll20 chat a minute ago.
Oh, did he?
Oh, gotcha.
He also just posted that he has a 22 AC.
22 AC, okay. Alright, let's see here. That,
2 AC.
it's going to help him very well, since he can't seem to do much on that one. That's what he's going to do for now. So, Cyrix, it's going to be you next.
Okay. Cyrix is gonna stay back here close to Silent,
Okay.
and is gonna take a shot at this apparition just below Tarnik.
Okay, that one. Okay.
That one. 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Great, that's going to be sneak attack damage also. Total of 17 damage on that shot.
17. Okay, and I can't remember. Are yours magical?
No, they're just piercing.
Okay, not magical. Okay. And so 17.
Yes.
Okay. You see it hit into this ectoplasmic substance. It lingers on this thing for a while before it falls to the ground.
Does the damage persist, or does the wound seem to heal up?
You see that you think. Well, roll me a perception or medicine.
Natural 20 on perception.
Good lord.
Oh,
You
nice.
can tell that it seemed to hurt it, but it doesn't leave a wound. Interestingly
Okay.
enough, but you do seem like you see some sort of flicker of pain on it. As it turns
Okay.
over, looks at you, and we'll move on to. If you're done, move on to the next.
Well, I have 2 hand crossbows, so I've got
nice.
2
Go
shots. But do I need to use? Was the perception check gonna take up one of those actions?
No.
Okay. I'll roll to hit. 19 to hit.
That will land. Another one goes whizzing by into it.
And that is 7 piercing damage.
Right. Once again, hits into this ectoplasmic substance, and then it just falls to the ground. Doesn't flinch as bad as the last time, but
And that is going to be my turn.
All right. Well, then we're going to go to the one that's being hugged by Tarnik.
Hug of death.
The hug of death. Yes. Let's see.
For the second time, because it's already dead.
Let's see here. It's going to go ahead and, well, geez, this is interesting. Tarnik is there already, so it's going to oh, that's interesting because he's already touching him. We'll go ahead and do this to see just if it can do a power thing. 19 and he had 22, so it's not going to go through the armor, I would say. Otherwise, he would have rolled with. Yeah, that should logically work. He's just trying to touch the armor currently right now. All right, which now brings us to the one by Bordak, and that one's gonna run. Let's see which way is it gonna go. Go that way. Which Bordak will go ahead and attack. That will hit.
Heck yeah.
That will destroy it because he has magic.
Oh, heck yeah.
Ooh. So it just whips away with a loud screech. And then silent. I got everybody like down the road. That's all me. Jesus.
It's all good. It's just combat.
Yeah. She will do a crossbow at.
Do you want one of us to run Silent and Bordak, or two of us?
Possibly Bordak, if anybody is able to do that. She will stay right about here, not too far, and shoot the one right under Tarnik. So that would be an 11. And then, oh yeah, well, she would have done that.
Yeah, no.
11, 12, 13, 14. So that one takes 14 from her, which is not magical,
I can't see Bordak's sheet, but I can see Silence. So if you want me to run Silent.
yeah, if you want to run silent. Let's see. She has the hunter's mark on him. And then, so we're gonna go in here and do that first. Put hunter's mark at least. Oh gosh, alright. So now we go to this guy here. So that one is gonna go after the closest one, which is Tarnik. So Tarnik is gonna try to charisma. So go ahead and roll me a 13 charisma saving throw.
Okay. I'm not even going to look.
Oh wow. Okay.
I've got a plus 11.
Jesus, okay. It looks to be trying to go into your body, and somehow your mind just pushes it away. And
Get away from me.
and it's like, and Gromthar, here go.
Yeah, so he recites a piece of scripture: "Steel and will must be unbroken." for spirits fall only to the fiercest. And he draws his long sword, Whisper Fang, and he charges across the battlefield to join his supposed captain. He has 40 feet movement, and he uses his bonus action in Rage and attacks recklessly the person on the horse.
All right.
And so, actions with his long sword. And how can I attack here with? There's got to be a way. I'll just hit it twice then. Well, okay. It looks like it would probably hit.
Yeah. Either war of those or hit for sure.
No, either if it was a natural 20, would it? I have a +6, so neither one of those are. Okay, and then with the longsword, that's a D8 plus. I was going two-handed, so that's a D10. And then the sap ability. I hit a creature with the longsword. That creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of my next turn. Also, Grumthar has the Sentinel feat. So if the horse or the blue guy lower right attacks anyone other than me, I would get an opportunity attack. Also, if either of them move away, even if they disengage, I also get an opportunity attack.
And yours was not magical, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Not that I know of. I have not figured out the magical properties of this sword yet.
All right. And with that, anything else from you, sir?
No, that's it for now.
All right. So this one over here.
Oh, one more thing. I looked at Tarnik. I say, "You dropped your axe. Amazing."
I feel like that's either you're trying to insult him or trying to praise him, and just like.
I was gonna say, isn't that Cub's job?
Right, that should be my job there.
As this one sees that it didn't work from his friend, it's just gonna try to touch Tarnik. Oh, that's a 20. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh. Alright. And then we roll that on top of that. So that would be on top of that. Give me 1 second. So with the crit, that's 39 necrotic damage.
Oh, that hurts. 39.
39? My God.
Mm. He stays up.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that. Oh, are you, who is immune? Anybody immune to fear currently, or being frightened?
While in a rage?
No, I'm definitely not immune to fear.
Okay, so if anybody's not immune to being frightened, I forgot about that.
No.
Roll me a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Because everybody
DC
can
13.
see these creatures right here, all these blue ones at least.
Oh, so you need to roll a DC saving throw.
Yeah, DC Wisdom saving throw.
Yikes.
And nobody.
Tarnik, don't forget that you have a bardic inspiration.
And anybody who fails by 5, let me know.
I made it. I made a 19.
Okay.
What was the save?
DC 13? Was it?
Yeah, I failed by more than 5.
Oh my lord. Okay.
I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5.
Good.
Oh god, alright. So you came
So-
in here, you
Simon.
shot something, and you feel this fear hit you. So this is 1d4 times 10 years off your life. So let's see.
Whoa.
So this is going to be a d4 roll. Thirty years of your life are taken. You aged by 30 years.
Oh. What?
Does that happen just like right in front of us?
If you need, well, I guess if anybody sees behind each other.
Oh no, I'm okay. This is Cyrix. Oh, it's because of the save. Yeah.
So Grumthar has mindless rage, and he's immune to the frightened condition.
Okay.
Do I
so
still
you're
need?
good? Okay.
Okay, that's 1. 2, he's also, because of his reckless attack, he has frenzy, which deals an extra 2d6 damage, which I just rolled in roll 20. If you disregard it, that's fine because I forgot it. But
No, it's okay. So that's okay. Cool. I'm gonna go to this last one here, then I'm gonna tell. We probably might pause here since it's already 10:17. But let me see.
I wasn't sure if we went to 10 or 11.
Usually to 10. We can go to 10:30 if everybody's okay with that. It's up to y'all.
I would be fine either way. I can do whatever everyone else is down with.
Yep, same.
It's the middle of the day. I'm fine.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That one was for that guy right there. Okay, cool. All right, so we're gonna go to this one here. That one is. We're gonna say that one is gonna float all the way over here. Warthog. And that one is going to go ahead and it'll try it. It's gonna try it. We'll see. 13. What did I say? Charisma. 13 charisma. Oh god, you only have 1. Oh, he made it by 1. It tries to enter into Bordak, but Bordak is able to resist it. And it does not. Alright. So that takes us to the top of the round to Cub.
I'm here. Sorry, I'm just writing down something. Okay. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, where's everybody else with?
I'm sorry, what?
Where's everybody's health or on the team?
I think maybe Tarnik is the one.
Will, you're echoing.
Yeah, somewhere
Yeah.
echoing. But I think Tarnik is the only one that really got hurt so far.
Okay.
Yeah, Tarnik's on 7 hit points.
Holy Jesus.
You're on 7 hit points?
Yeah, you just took 39 from 1 hit.
I'm assuming that'd be pretty obvious to us, wouldn't it? We would see that Tarnik got hit pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
wouldn't we? Very good. Grom can use healing word on Tarnik above the table. But
Alright, well, I'm gonna chance this. You better have my back on this one. So I'm gonna move over here.
Wow.
And then I am going to... Where is it? Okay. $39 HP.
Oh my gosh.
Go to you. I go up to you and I go, when it comes to pain, it's better to give them. And all the every single whatever of pain has been inflicted to you has been received.
You cut out a little bit, but
Or basically, I heal you. I'm healing him.
all right. Almost back to normal. Wow.
Yeah, I was going to ask if Tarnik looks back to normal or if he needs more healing.
You can roll a medicine.
Oh, he's close. But
Yeah.
Roll it next. Would that cost me an action?
No, you're able to see this. I don't usually use those as actions. This is happening. You can see. So yeah, you can see that he's just about fully healed. He's probably wavering a little bit, but nothing that you haven't seen him take before.
Okay, gotcha. Very good.
And that's pretty much about it. That's all I can do for now.
All right. Well then, it'll be Tarnik followed by Grom.
so Tarnik's still got this thing in his arms, and he will throw it at the horse, the mounted figure.
Okay. Go for it. So that. Let's see here. I would say you're throwing it at the horse. Roll me another athletics. 15. I'd say that's enough to throw at the horse, and then yeah, you're trying to hit the horse with it, right? So go ahead and roll me an attack, a kind of like an unarmed attack.
That should hit, I think, 22.
That would do it.
So, yeah.
All right. Improvisation here. We're gonna go with. We'll add your strength bonus, but roll me a d6 for damage plus your strength bonus.
Is 2 plus 4, total of 6.
6. All right, and I'll say so the horse and the creature.
And then he'll bend down and pick up his dropped axe.
All right, sounds good. Does a little bit of damage there. All right. So he does that action, pick up that axe. I assume that would be it for you, sir.
Yep. So does that leave that white figure prone?
No, unfortunately, it does not prone that one. But it did do some damage.
I think that's about all he can do.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that. That's all right, though. Somehow the gods were with you. This actually has immunity to being grappled and prone. I just saw the grapple. All right, Mr. Grom.
Tarnik is amazing.
Yes.
All right, so Grom is not going any closer. He is going to cast another command spell, and he's going to target this one right here, and he's going to command it to flee. Now, when he does that, he's going to use... He has one more Bardic Inspiration, but he's going to use Mantle of Inspiration. I think... Let me think about this for a second. No, actually, I don't think he's going to. No, I think he's going to do this instead. He's going to use Mantle of Majesty, and he can only use this once per long rest. As part of this bonus action, you cast Command without casting, and you take on an unearthly appearance for 1 minute or until your concentration ends. You can use this feature once per long rest, or by expending a level 3+ spell slot, no action required. So he has the one, he hasn't used it yet, so he's going to use it. So basically, Mantle of Majesty, he's going to use that as a bonus action, and with that, he's going to target this one. Okay. So he's hitting them both with commanding them to flee. One as his primary action, and one as a bonus action.
Nice. Okay. And what was the save again?
Oh, it's a Wisdom 16. Yeah, and the way he's casting it is he's strumming it, or he's playing his viol and he's throat singing, and he now has like an unearthly appearance. And I would say maybe, I don't know exactly what that means, but I would say maybe he looks a little bit like maybe some shadows, some gypsy magic floating around him.
See this shadow. And
maybe they hear some bells.
This darkness swirling around you, these shadows. But they seem to like it instead and love the music and completely resist it. And remain where they are. In fact, they might even look toward your way, and you almost see like they almost start to dance as they fight.
Brown feels like this is probably not good news. But that's his turn. That's what he's got.
Okay.
Bear will just take the dodge action.
Okay. Alright. So you can't see Vortex, and Vortex is going to be like a murder this your poop. Die. Damn.
Does it not work on them in the sense that Grom feels like they might be immune to it?
No, they just made their save. One rolled a nat 20
gotcha.
and the other one rolled above a 17 or 18.
Okay, gotcha. I was wondering if he thought maybe they were immune to it.
All right, so it strikes that one right there for some good hits. Dang. Bordak is the hard hitter right now. Jeez. He's going to go ahead and do his action surge. I know he has it. Where'd he go? How's the adrenaline right? And he will go ahead and attack again. Bordak just going crazy here. Does that? Alright. Plus his thing was his force. Okay. So yeah, that one vanishes. So that one is out of the playfield, followed by... Oh, now it's this one's turn. So, Tarnik slammed this ghost into his horse, which this creature does not like that at all. And will retaliate. And he will... So he's going to go ahead and use blades to attack. Ooh, both blades hit. Alright. 16. You got an armor class 22, so that one is. And then he'll do again. Oh man, that was rolling on a 20 again, a nat 20. Swing,
Not again.
swing at you. You hear it as it clinks against your magical armor given to you by Lysaria, and completely forces the attacks away. Now we go to Cyrix.
Hey, Will, that was the greenish guy just attacked Tarnek. Is that right?
The one on the horse? Yeah, the one right, in the middle, right there.
So I'll take the opportunity attack on him then.
Okay.
Did that not go through? I don't understand why that didn't go through. That's too bad because it was a 20. But I'll do it here.
I see it here. You rolled the 20 right there. I see it on D&D Beyond.
Okay, yeah, it was a 20 there. And so that was just the long sword. And he should have had disadvantage because I had hit him with the sap attack anyway.
Oh, wow. He missed anyway.
Oh, I thought you... Oh, I'm sorry. My opportunity attack only hits if he hits. I thought you rolled 20 to hit. Oh, he needed 22. My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
No, he missed everything.
Okay, then disregard all of that because it only happens if you hit him.
Oh, all right. Yeah. He missed everything.
That was my bad.
Cyrix, you feel something happen to your body. Not quite sure what's going on, but you feel it in your bones. You feel it as an energy around you. And you feel like as if your bones almost want to crick as you walk. Possibly maybe affecting your movement as well. But for now, what do you wish to do?
I am going to attack the next one of these apparitions. I guess the same one I hit last time, the one next to Cub.
Oh, okay.
Whose hunter's mark is on that one?
That one is silence.
That's 10 damage on the first strike.
Okay. Ooh, that one will land too.
And 4 piercing damage on the second strike.
Alright. See it wavering, but still holding strong.
And that is my turn.
Okay. This brings us to the one that was thrown on top of the horse. Amazingly, because Tarnik is pretty amazing. Somehow able to grab a ghost to his corporeal body and throw it into the corporeal horse. Alright, so this is what it's going to do. Can it do it? No, it's going to go ahead and go for this one instead. Nothing. Can't get past Tarnik's armor. Alright. Which brings us...
Thank you, Lysara.
If you want to control Silent, you can go ahead.
Yep. So she'll come over here behind Bordak and climb up on that post there.
Oh, nice.
So she's got a bit more of an angle over the group, and we'll aim her weapon at the... She got crossbow. Use her crossbow to attack. What have I got there? Did that work? No? Okay. Oh well. Sorry. Got to bring up the roller.
No worries.
And that's +3 to... No. 5 to hit. Oof. No, I think she misses with that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the bolt goes flying above Cub's head, zoop, and lands into the ground.
Yep, that'll be about all she can do, I think.
All right. This brings us to the one that's getting beat up, and it will try to aim at Cub this time.
Which one?
The one that Silent just tried to hit. The one with the hunter's mark.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I just noticed something here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, doesn't matter, it's an action. No worries.
Right. So it's gonna try to touch Cub, and instead touches the ground. Look, yeah, it's just gonna float over to the ground, and just like it's in so much pain that it just kind of floats over to the ground and lazily touches it. Nothing really happens there. Cub, you see this ghost for some reason trying to fill you up, but can't.
Try to fill me up. Shoot. At least take me out. Take me out to dinner first. No, I'd like to be wined and dined before you go ahead and fill me.
Grumthar, your go, sir.
Never worked for me. Grumthar, that's me. Ah, yes. I draw with my offhand the scimitar, and will again go reckless and swing with my scimitar on the guy on the horse.
18. The guy on the horse. 18 will hit.
All right, and it has the nick property. Oh, you know, I should have done that the other way, right? I'm supposed to hit with my main weapon first, but hopefully you let this happen, right? So, longsword with the advantage, 15.
That one will hit.
All right, 15 with the longsword. And this is single-handed this time. So 7. And then he has the sap property. Disadvantage on it's the next attack roll before the start of my next turn. All right, then I'll take my extra attack with the longsword again.
Sorry. I didn't know we were playing weapon mastery.
I'm sorry,
is that
what
like
about
the 2024 rules?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we were playing with 2014, but I know I gave everybody the option if we wanted to do for healing, we had either 2014 or 2024.
Yeah, we said healing would be 2024, so a little better.
So I don't have 2024 rules.
Yeah, we've been playing with the 2014 still. So.
Okay.
But I can give you that for this round, though.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, not
So
this round,
I'm
but for this combat.
okay. Yeah. So I mean that's just a sap attack, right? So that's what this is. It give him a disadvantage on the next attack. I think I hit that. I rolled. I think it was a 20 on that. So I'm gonna roll damage for the second. All right. So first attack, I had scimitar and longsword. All right. That scimitar is not part of my bonus action because it's a nick. Second attack, longsword again, hit with a 20 and did an additional 6 points slashing. None of this magical. However, the first time I hit, I also get a 2d6 with my frenzy. So here, boom, boom, roll. This is so another 6 points of damage. And we might have to talk about that, William. Right? So I have to, because this is a 2024 character, the Berserker class. This whole character is 2024. I'll have to redo my whole character.
I'll look at it and see. For the most part, it's just like if you're relying on the master ones, then we'll probably have to talk about it. But if everything else still works,
Yeah, the master pulls the melee class up to be even with the spellcaster, right? That was the theory behind the whole 2020. Well, a theory with the 2024 edition is it helped balance out the melee with the magic. But I'm not complaining. It just means I will probably redesign my character for the next time we play.
oh yeah.
But again, you can look
Like I
at it
said,
and
I
we
can
can
take
talk.
a look at it too afterwards. I looked over it and I didn't. Yeah, I didn't realize if you were gonna go with that, but I forgot to post the 2014 rules anyway. I know we started doing 2024 for healing, but we hadn't been using for it as far as the other ones because 2024 with those extra master weapons and the gods that I have when you get their blessing makes it pretty super powered.
And we'll talk about it later. Okay,
Yeah.
we just go on. We're already way late, so
Yeah. And so with that going, we're gonna go ahead and the only one that's next to him is Arnett. Still misses. Can't get to Tarnik. So that will bring us to the top of the round. So it is 10:42. Y'all want to pause or you continue? It's up to y'all.
I don't think we're finishing this tonight.
Yeah.
Right?
We can pause here if y'all want
Yeah,
to, because
probably
it's gonna
not.
y'all still got the other two big guys there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can pause here. I'm good with that if you want, or we can
Cool.
keep going. I'm good with either for both. It's up to you.
Let's go ahead and pause because that's gonna probably take a little while. And I don't think I've eaten today, so I might go get me.
Oh, no.
So let me go ahead and go in here. Thank you everybody who came and watched, and on those future people who will watch. This is our Sunday 7 p.m. Central Time game. Hope to see y'all next Sunday as we continue this battle and see if anybody else ages a few years. Until next time, we'll see you and have a good night. Goodbye.